Just taste taste เทสโต้เทสชาร์จจัดให้สุด
ต่างเมนูก็อร่อยด้วยกันได้ FWD ประกันชีวิต
Smart Cloud Pad จะทำให้คุณลืมโน้ตบุ๊กแบบเดิมๆไปได้เลยแท็บเล็ตตัวจบ
Match found. Deathmatch. Warm up.
We got this.
Fight!
Let's go. One down. Ugh. Yikes. 3. Stay down. Oops. Night night. See ya.
Dominating.
Enemy kill. Ooh.
10 kills remaining. Dominating.
Welcome to day 2 of Masters London here at the Copper Box Arena. The future of valorant is on show today. We got 2 matches, 4 teams, and a whole lot of cracked games. I'm your host, Victoria, joined by Whitney.
Bye.
5 kills remaining. Dominating. One kill remaining.
Collectively, but welcome, big time. Really happy to have you here. I see you're supporting your twin brother today.
Yeah, I got the FUL jersey on. You know, I think you got to have that family pride. I got to remember, even though Pacific is in my heart, I feel like I was raised in Pacific. I think family has to come first. I had to get the jersey on for today.
Oh, I love these things out. So see if you can beat him and get the rubbish title, I guess. That's the way to go with this here. Yeah, it's been a fantastic event so far. Yesterday, we did have a 2-0 situation, but, you know, it kind of went along with the predictions, I think, for the majority here. But as we always have at VCT Masters event, we usually have some cool stuff happening around outside. So let's check in with Frankie to see who's hanging out at the Fan Fest.
Jake, thank you so much for letting me just basically steal your job, because I've always wanted to sell merch, because surely you get to keep some of this, right?
For what I sell, I have to wear stuff to sell it. People like seeing how it fits, what it looks like on you to sell. So I get to keep it at the end if I'm not.
Maybe you get to keep the little wingman. Also, I'm amazed at how the wingman is staying on Jake's shoulder. It's like a little parrot. Like you're the Long John Silver of Valorant. But apparently there's a trick to this, right?
It's a little magnet. Little magnet under my shoulder, under the clothes.
Like this.
Right here.
You just pop it underneath.
Pop it under.
I've genuinely never seen this in merch before, but I'm
And it
actually
stays on
obsessed.
lovely.
I feel like this is like proper tube attire. This is the kind of thing that makes people happy on the underground in London, like dogs and wingmen. What about other merch? What are people particularly liking so far?
We've got crosses which are selling well. My favourite thing is long sleeve. It's
This is
great.
what you're
fit.
wearing right now?
I've got it on now, yeah.
100% cotton, by the way, guys. You won't be sweating in this thing, even though it's got long sleeves. And then also, I have to say, I like the tacti there, okay? It's been packaged up so it doesn't get scuffed, because, you know, it's sacrilege to take it out of the packaging, guys. Just take off this and then keep it on your shelf in your office. Hopefully there'll be one left over for me at the end of the event. Jake, I know I'm interrupting you on the job, so I'll let you get back to selling these, but hold one of these back for me, yeah?
I will do.
Really cool merch out there. I see you're sporting a little wingman on your shoulder, Minnie.
Wow.
I usually don't like him, but
No.
it's
It's so cool.
Match found.
Shoulder. Isn't that so sweet? Get one more for the other. I think that's fantastic. Yeah, a little wingman on your shoulder there. That activation is happening outside our VCT Masters venue. Now, let's talk about maps, okay? Typically, there's one team, maybe 2 teams that dominate on certain maps historically. So let's talk about King of the Map. We're going to rank the
Let's go.
teams here on each of these maps. So let's
Yeah,
start
so-
from left to right for a second.
This is just for the Swiss map pool too. So Assam, I think the obvious answer to here is Lev. I think they're probably the best team at the tournament on that map. It's extremely unpopular, but the way they're playing with all the traps and the chamber setups, I think is beautiful.
All right, Lev. Okay, that's fair. You guys,
Yeah,
No disagreement.
I hear it. I mean, I think there's an argument for Turkish ascent. You know, I am wearing that jersey, but I think Lev is a very solid choice.
The bias is coming in already.
It has to. That's why I'm here.
all right, Mr. Bias.
Breeze.
What do you think of Breeze?
I'm
Yeah.
taking over the bias once again. This is global esports every day of the week. They're the only team running that Sage. I think they're innovative on the map, and I think up until that grand final, they looked rock solid on it. So I'm hearing no arguments. This is a global.
I mean,
esports map.
I would go for NRG personally. I think their harbor usage, the post plants and retake understanding of the map is beautiful, but I'll let you have it.
For those of you who don't know, Big Time was also the assistant coach for Global Esports, so there's so much bias happening.
There's no bias. There's no bias.
All right, Fracture. Fracture?
Okay, I'm gonna go with no team deserves it. I don't think there's a single team that's impressed me in this Swiss stage. I think at the event I quite like Heretics, but
Yeah, I
if
think-
this is Swiss only, I think the map's come back into the pool and people seem to have forgotten how to play it. You need
Just
to push out the
Heretics?
map a lot, and
But they're
yeah.
a playoffs team, so we can't even put Heretics.
I
So
mean-
I think right now it is quite literally a case of someone prove to us that you're good on Fracture. Hopefully we get to see it today.
Yeah. Well, I would have said Paper X, not Heretics, but okay.
Radianite.
Yeah.
Doing it again.
Okay, let's go. Okay, so no one for Fracture until proven otherwise. Let's go into Haven then. What do we have for Haven? I know you love Breach, so maybe a team with Breach maybe.
Yeah, of course. Breach. My hot take
Hello.
is DRG. I know it's
Hey, team.
think you're gonna lose.
Oh.
I really like their Haven. I think the way they understanding and pushing out of the map and gambling on defense, I think DRG Haven's pretty sweet.
Okay. All right. Well, you. Okay.
I don't know what you believe. I think there's good theory there. I think we get to see it in full potential though.
All right. Let's move on to. Normally, I would put XLG.
Alarm bot out.
Maybe not so much. Maybe a little better.
Take flight. Reload him. Enemy tank. Reload him.
One close, one close.
Drop
Reload
in
him.
smoke. Reload.
Reload him. Reloading. Reloading.
Phoenix is still in the smoke.
We're gonna put Vitality.
Reload him.
Yeah, I'm low.
Wait, there's two more here, right? Yeah. Just go B, go B.
Going
Good
up.
one.
Strange. I think it should be some sense, but okay, we're gonna stick to Vitality. Split also buys, or maybe not. I would also put a tech team like Global Esports. What would you guys?
Revealing
30 on Jet.
Hey, no.
One on site.
Watch your eyes.
One enemy remaining. 30 seconds left.
Pretty good. I see 2 shows for Lev. That's a really good sign for the team, and they are playing today.
Nice.
Are shaking out yesterday. We got to see NRG
That
and
was
Vitality
easy.
versus DRG. Vitality was so on point yesterday. Of Vitality, I've seen throughout that series. I think for China, it's looking a little bit tough. I think that in saying that though, the kind of opponents that they have to consider the people that are in this Swiss stage, they're really proved the tougher opponents.
I'm
they
here
have
to
faced.
stay.
It's just unfortunate that it had to
Placing
be
alarm
the
bot.
first stage, which is how they find themselves in the spot where they really need to win out these next.
Take flight.
Everything is going to be on the line for them now, onwards.
Enemy mark.
2-3, 2-3.
Dropping smoke.
Come on, let's go. Standing ahead. Watch your eyes.
Reloading. Placing sentry. Reloading.
Planted.
Placing swarm grenade.
Shot down.
Enemy spotted. A. Placing swarm grenade. Reloading. Night night.
Reloading.
One enemy remaining.
Alright, well, the first matchup of today is going to be including full sense, the Thai Org. They finished second in Pacific,
Drop in a
and
smoke.
it's the Org's very first global appearance. However, some of these players are no strangers to the global stage, and I'm looking straight at
Enemy spotted A.
Alarm bot down. You know what we should do? I'll tell you. We should win.
Yeah, the interesting thing about that is that with this Neon Red, is he going to continue that, or is he going to
Alarm bot out.
that Phoenix? Because that Phoenix would look great.
Take flight.
Maybe it's about letting Brimmy.
That's done.
One close, one close, one close, one close.
Reloading.
Whatever he has left.
strike.
Revealing area.
Gun here.
Gun here. Gun here. Crazy to think about another hero on the global stage once again with this full sense roster.
Yeah, this is huge for Thai Valorant here. Going against a Turkish or which we'll break down later. And there's one guy we have to talk about. We're all talking about him. It's Primi. So let's get to the Primi story time. Minnie, can you tell us who this guy is exactly and what makes him so cracked?
Well, I think he is the best player at this tournament. His aim is phenomenal, but his movement here, you can see, he's dodging and weaving around, he's tapping this crouch button. He is impossible to kill. It doesn't matter what gun he's using if he's got the rifle, he's got the operator, he is taking over the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's those little strafes he puts in. He's impossible to hit. This guy didn't come up through.
30 seconds left.
So was one. So one HP me got on the top. Bottom mid.
He has so much energy and he's so unafraid to take those fights to you.
I think what's really great about Primi as well is that we're moving into a meta that really suits him when we see that Phoenix, when we consider that Jet. He is a fighter.
10 seconds left.
Refreshing.
Came in.
Placing sentry. No peeking. Placing alarm.
So one shot.
Placing swarm grenade.
One hell. One heaven. Sorry.
Placing swarm grenade.
One enemy remaining.
That's 3.
He shot.
Here, catch.
Last player standing.
Cover it.
You tried. They're supposed to be fighting back, right?
I can buy. Sova, you on request?
Need a drop.
Turn out.
Keep it hot.
KJ is usually placed here.
Deploying drone. Enemy mark. Come on, let's go. Put down.
Placing alarm.
Yeah, one flank.
One enemy remaining.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Just hide. Nice.
Everyone note down your observations, then let's run it again.
Track them down.
Who is the king of Valorant? That's ultimately what we're doing.
Take flight.
Dropping smoke. Carbon out. Blocking sight. Stay down.
Last
I'm
player
not dead.
standing. Spike down A.
No turn. My ult is ready. Wind, show me where to go.
I play already 2 or 3 years, so I should myself. Okay, okay. Where should we go next? I'm liking the look of Concom versus Ether. I think that's a real tough one. The two types for champ MVP facing up against each other. The best player from China, I think, was inarguable.
Drop. Cheers.
And one was side.
Deploying drone.
Dropping smoke.
There's a turret
AJ's on side. Yep.
Placing swarm
Revealing
grenade.
area.
Gotcha fun. My turn. No more sober.
Two side.
Last player standing. Spike down B.
Tens, I'm so sorry, Tens. Tens, I'm so sorry.
Outside of this gig,
Yeah.
immortality doesn't have as many days.
Okay, so then it comes down to, but you know what, we'll go back to you, Premier, again. You versus Chronicle.
If I take orb, we can go B.
They're paying you into putting yourself. What do you think? Are you confident that you're a better player than Chronicle?
I got you, bruv.
Maybe no, but in the future, maybe.
Okay.
Okay. Right now, I should Chronicle.
So you're a humble.
Turret out.
Flight.
So then is the next one a bit easy then? Just one player always finishes second and the other one finishes two.
There's bombs on the entrance.
My ultimate is ready. Initiated.
Reloading.
Placing swarm grenade. Dropping smokes. Placing swarm grenade.
Spike down B.
Down you go. Refreshing. I got the spike.
I think this is an important question. It's either someone's me. Are you 100% on any of them, or do you just want to leave Premier as the king?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just leave.
I'm in.
There you go. We've left Premier as the king. We have crowned
Let
the king
Klo go
in
first, she got
probably
out.
the weirdest bracket possible. Thank you guys. And yeah, what would your bracket be like? Let us know.
Like I never left.
Nice.
I think the end result was fairly where I would have landed. I can't believe he went against Kron. He was like, oh, Kron.
That's against the spirit of the game. You can't be dodging the question like that. I want the hard answers from Premier.
I think the jet has the op.
Take flight.
No charges left.
Jet's all been cubby.
Scanning ahead. Down. Spike
I got
drop.
the spike.
C4 coaches, their coach is
Nowhere to run!
which includes a team of, coach staff that includes your twin brother in there. Now, Foot was on a struggle bus at kickoff, but they completely turned things around in stage one, especially after signing Sop and Sociable, and they brought in a new head coach, Vlad.
Yeah, I mean, this really does feel like the new era of Foot. We're getting to see that
120 kills,
proper
right?
Turkish Valorant that we've been long awaiting from this roster. Basically, participating in those kind of contests.
Last hello,
and
hello,
always
she's.
looking to set
Last hello.
themselves up with the duel. I think
30
having
HP.
Sop and Sociable has been key to that.
Nice.
Do you want the op?
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay.
When we think back to the Challengers time, but to be able to come out and do this in your tier 1 is crazy.
Yeah, and I think
Thanks.
just making it a simpler game, just making it just double duelist firepower, all the good things about Turkish Valorant on display here. It's no longer the old school boring EMEA Foot, it's now the exciting, dynamic, aggressive Turkish Valorant that we want to see.
Yeah, that's right. Foot actually
Cheers.
Let's fly.
yesterday was on that squad, but like you were saying, it was a very different look back then.
Spike dropped. I got the spike.
Scanning ahead. Joke's over! You're dead!
One enemy remaining.
Reload him.
Flawless.
What did they expect? Don't be spending too many brain cells figuring them out. Overthinking is just as bad as underthinking. Quick peeks now.
Yeah, in fact, Jen Lee got a quick let's take a look at what Yenjay had to say ahead of
Take flight.
One trees.
Careful.
That's good.
Josh. Molly. In the smoke, I think.
Reloading.
Spike down. My ultimate is ready. Had your fun. My turn.
One enemy remaining.
3.
Flawless.
Nice.
You all are wonderful. Y'all better keep up.
I have ult if you wanna go B.
Okay.
Turn out.
Deep breath.
Get out of my way. Here.
Fly drone.
Careful.
Scanning ahead. Careful now. Shotgun. Going up.
My ultimate. No charges left.
Spike down.
Hey.
Fling.
One enemy remaining.
Not here market, no?
Oh.
Yeah, break it up.
Kill him. Nice.
Last round before the switch.
Last round to use our creds and abilities. Don't waste your firepower.
Now, Billy, let's talk about foot through the stage 1 process here. I think some people might be arguing that
Up into the unknown.
Turn around when you think about kickoff, right? Bringing in this.
Take flight.
One's pushing.
Shotgun.
Dropping smoke.
Reload. Enemy spotted A.
One default. 3 on side.
they are playing against a Pacific team, and earlier we asked how you thought the Pacific teams would perform today, and the results are in. I'm very curious what it's going to be. It was going to be a 2-0, 1-1.
Yeah.
And the people have spoken. They think it's going to be 2-0 today. They think Full Sense are going to take it home. And I think this is interesting because the first match is a little bit tough to predict.
Yeah, I think this first match is an absolute giga banger. I think
NT.
both teams match up so well in firepower. So I'm surprised it's so many in the 2-0, but I'm just happy 93% of people had Pacific winning. At least something today. I'll take that.
Yeah, I have it as 1-1. I think that Full Sense are actually going to beat the EMEA team, so a bit of a backstabber on my part today. I did want to ask though, because we were talking about Turkey and Thailand.
Yeah.
You guys were saying that like
Here.
No sound B.
No peeking. You numpty. Enemy spotted.
One health.
No bother.
One health.
Yeah, one health.
Enemy remaining.
Last health. Nice.
Looks like I was the stronger one.
Spikes A.
Okay, we know the drill. Stick to your roles and we'll crush it.
B sound. Pushing B main.
One enemy remaining.
ระยะมันคือที่อะไร
Nice.
Wow.
Remember, stay out of the fire. Super high level tactics.
อุ้ยจะเตะแล้วบอลลูนเช็คจะแข่งละไอชิคกูมาดูไปที่ไหน
Some of them are shit money.
โอ้ยเหี้ยเลยเธอมันเปิดของใครวะมาเชลอะไรอ๋อ
Deploying drone.
มาเชลโคโลไม่เฟี้ยวก็จะใส่แล้ว
Nat
มันต้องมาเชลก่อนเห็น
One more.
One enemy
Nice,
remaining.
good smoke.
Oh my god, nice shots.
Here. Gun here.
Match point.
Once we win, just Napoleon
โอ้
taking my
เหี้ยขาด
hand.
ขนาด
I'll fix it up.
ไลฟ์อยู่ปะเนี่ย
Oh shite, I lost my pet rock.
คุณเหรอวะโอ้ยเหี้ยดิดกูแม่งดีครบเลยอย่ายาวนะจะดิ
One enemy remaining.
GG.
Dead? I have more
Defenders
time
win.
to run.
Correct and hunted.
Bye.
Reloading.
Well, of course, we have to ask you, Pacific.
If I hide, can I not answer? I'll take
We
full.
gotta go
I'll
to
take
the.
full.
All right, we got Thailand versus Turkey, two regions with one philosophy. Let's see who's gonna come out.
อ๋อเหรอวะอย่าเลยเพิ่งเชิญไปเฮียอยู่ใน YouTube ใน TikTok เชี่ยมีใน YouTube ด้วย YouTube ว่าตั้งได้ TikTok ไม่น่าได้กูไม่รู้ไงกูไม่รู้ไม่ใช่ทีม
Welcome to Masters London. 8 teams enter the Swiss stage, but only 4 will survive to playoffs.
Missing out on playing on the big stage in front of my own people in Santiago definitely was
See,
very hard for me. I'm just happy to be back on the international stage.
Going back to the international stage was a dream come true. Now in London, I have a chance to prove myself again. No one expects that we're able to make it. A lot of people doubting us, doubting me specifically, and I'm gonna make sure they're gonna regret that.
Às vezes a força do ódio te faz subir. Então pra mim é meio que tudo vira munição.
The way Leviathan play is kind of same as us.
โดนเนิร์ฟแล้ว
For rookies, I mean everyone are showing off.
ไม่หยิบแล้ว
Pra enfrentar a Global Esports.
มันกระโดดแล้วมันช้า
Que finalmente se encontrou. Eu acho o Ashwin particularmente um jogador muito insano.
มันก็เสียมูเมนต์ไม่ดีมันต้องกระโดด
Everyone says that G was cursed because they never make it to playoffs.
นีออนนี่มันไม่กระโดดตีเกมหมดอะ
I've never had any dreams of becoming like an esports athlete. My only dream was because we were struggling financially. I wanted to single-handedly carry my whole family financially. My dad, before he passed, he really wanted me to win. So I think my only goal right now is to lift the trophy, and I know he's gonna see it.
Burada olmaktan gerçekten çok mutluyum çünkü uzun zamandır bunun için çalışıyorum. Gerçekten kendime güveniyorum, özgüvenliyim. Bence Full Sense oyun yapısı ve oyun anlayışı bakımından bize çok benzer. Bence günün sonunda maçı da daha çok vuran kazanacak.
Zeus and Zop, I think they're very talented. We're gonna be playing with real firepower here.
Tabii ki de Primi'yi serverda görmek istiyorum. Bence mekanik olarak ve aim olarak inanılmaz iyi bir oyuncu. Serverda görüşürüz Full Sense.
I'll treat this as a Thailand versus Turkey. Let's see which country is better.
จะรู้ไหมเนี่ย
London, please welcome Full Sense and FUL.
ไทยล้วนครับออไทยเอ้ยมาวะ
It's Masters London Day 2. We got something hot for you on the stage today. We got Thailand versus Turkey. It's two regions with one philosophy. Take the fight and win the fight. The predictions were split on the broadcast, but we got big time here. Pacific analyst, brother at Bambino, and you ended up picking foot yourself.
Yeah, I think they have the firepower. If you want to stop
ไอ้คุณมันดูไม่เป็น
them at their own game, you have
มึงกดอะไรกันเนี่ย
stand toe to toe with
มึงทำอะไรกันเนี่ย
on the server, and we know that this Turkish team
ไม่ได้ยัง
ผม
ไม่
กู
ได้
อยู่
in space.
ผมกูอยู่โรงพยาบาล
For a lot of young players, a lot of rookies, for me, it's all about the
ผมกูอยู่โรงพยาบาลกูจะเล่นยังไง
This is a coin flip of a
เล่นดู
ดูเฉยๆอะ
เออ
ไม่นี่กูอยู่หน้ามอใจเย็น
โอ้ยอยู่กับน้องแปมไง
ไม่รู้ดีว่ะ
มันก็ไม่มีเรื่องอะไรมันอยู่หน้ามออยู่แล้วไง
I think it's just a question of what do they play right. When we think back to EMEA, they were running that breach
อะไรวะ
on Fracture previously, Mini, which I know that you absolutely despise. But simply speaking,
ลั่นเฮียอะไรไม่แข่งเลย
they have been running
ดี
that
อยู่
double
ประชุม
Zeus on the Phoenix, Sop on the Neon as well, I believe it was. It's a question of what does Sop play here? He has been that Neon merch
มันไป มันไปตอกยิงไอ้พวกนั้นไม่มีคนไม่มีคนใครวะเนี่ย
I think for me, I'd love to see them just stay with that Neon. I don't think the nerf is big enough.
แล้วคนที่ดูมึงบ่อยๆนี่ไม่มา
And I think if it fits the player and
ชื่อ
it
อะไรนะ
fits
ผู้หญิ
the
ง
map, they can lean into it easily.
And to touch on Full Sense super quickly, let's not forget how dominant they were regionally. Of course, only ever dropping a map by the time it got to that grand
สบายไง
final against Paperex, which let's
ขยับ
remember
ง่าย
they
เว้ย
are
เจ็ด
the tournament favorites to win the trophy here in
จัด
London. So Full Sense coming in hoping to keep that domination
นี่พี่ทีม
up on the global
โคตรหล่อ
stage.
Big deal for both teams. We keep talking about them being from
Starboy.
Thailand and Turkey because this tournament will be huge for them if they go far.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly. They're playing for
ไอ้เหี้ย
more
กู
than the
ดูของ
badge on
ไทย
their
ไว้
shirt.
สัตว์
They're playing
ลื
for
ม
their country.
ลื
They're playing
ม
for
ลื
the
ม
pride of the people supporting them, and that means so much to all 10 players on that stage, looking to do their home countries proud here and really bring their best Valorant down here to London.
Yeah, I'm just so excited for the SOP and Premi shirt.
แล้วกูไม่มีพรีเมียมด้วย เอาดิ
Since he joined that
ดู
EMEA
โฆษณาอยู่
stage,
เนี่ย
and of course right now I think Premi is the best player in the
ไอ้
world.
เชี่ย
So
วีบู
getting to see these two players fight out head to head, a big clash here. That is just what I want to see.
The question, of course,
เป็นสตรีมเมอร์ต้องมีนะ
thrives
ไม่ได้
under
ไม่ได้
pressure, which team crumbles under pressure. This is the first time they're both on the global stage, except for their IGLs, except for Yenj, except for Cruz. So how are they going to be now they're in front of this live audience so far away from home?
I think that's the thing we have to remember, right? This
เจอมีอะไร
IGL
วะ
head-to-head
ลืมละ
too. You have
ไม่ได้เล่น
Cruz
นาน
that's
ไอ้
been
เหี้ย
here
ลืม
from
ชื่อ
the
ด่าน
very beginning when we think about global
Heaven.
experience. On the other side, you have Sociable, who is
เว้นวะไม่มี
almost
Heaven ด้วย
nearly at all of those global
เฮ้ย
events.
บีม
When you think about his time on that BBL roster last year, now he comes into this FUT roster. He picks up that IGL role.
หลายองค์หลายครับ
Relatively new to it when we consider his tier 1 experience. How is he going to go up against someone that is so seasoned in Cruz?
Now, you guys have been talking about the agent selects for Fracture, and here they are.
Premi on the Phoenix instead of
ไม่ว่าจะเซต
it looks like they switched
ตัว
up one
ใหม่
around.
จะออกมากี่ตัวกูเว้นได้แต่คอมเดิมๆนั่นเลยเหี้ย
Yeah, I mean, I
ป่วย
like it. I think Primi is the player that you need to make space for, and we've seen what Jit Boys can do on that Neon. For me, it's the fact Leviathan's on that side.
Jit
He's
Boy
struggled
นี่
a little bit on this role, so
Timmy.
on those halves, he's going to have a lot to do.
Yeah, soft
เป็น
on
ตัว
that
นี้
Jet.
แล้ว
I
อ่ะ
said that Jet isn't a great.
Yeah, on the raise as well here.
Yeah,
มี
Jet
ซินิ
isn't the best agent on this
บอก
map
นะ
necessarily, but in
ถ้าไม่
the
ใช่
hands
เกม
of
นัด
SOP,
ชิง
I'm
อ่ะ
very
ลั่นตลอด
curious
แหละ
what
ที
he
มี
can
อ่ะ
get done here.
Yeah, this is going to be
Yeah,
really
that's
exciting.
chill,
How do you
yeah.
see this matchup, Billy?
Yeah,
That these
I'm excited to get started, honestly. I want to touch on Zeus being on the raise there too. Obviously a great agent on this map specifically. I'm intrigued to see which one picks up the operator. I'm presuming it's going to be Sop.
เฮ้ยฟุตมันไม่โหดหรอกไอ้เหี้ย
In more recent
เคลียร์
times,
ล่างๆ
I
เลย
think, yeah, Sop probably the one.
The key thing for me to look out for in this matchup is, are the teams going to be as aggressive as I hope on the defense side? They have explosive, firepower. I just want to see them pushing out.
They better be aggressive. Full sense and foot do not do passive Valorant. So everyone strap in as we send it up to Casters, Achilles, and Paperthin.
This could be an absolute barn burner. Everyone's been asking what's Sop gonna play. He's gonna bring out that Jet. No one was asking what's
แล้วมึง
Jet
มาลั่น
Boys
ใน
gonna
รายการ
play.
โลก
The
อ่ะ
answer
ไม่
is
รู้เลย
the same damn thing. Full Sense have changed nothing about their comp as we get ready to go into this fracture to kick
เอ้ยอยู่
things
นี้
off on
แอด
day
ปาร์ต
two.
เข้าวะ
I mean, this
ไม่ได้
is
ดูนะ
a really explosive
เอ้ย
setup
เอ็
for
ม
both
ไอ
of
พีอา
these
ร์
teams, as you would kind of expect
จบ
here.
เอ็มแล้ว
Shane versus Thai Aim, it should be fast-paced. It should be
เจอแน่
high octane, and I'm really curious to see how this gets
ปัง
going. Sop
หัว
out there does find some damage, dashes back, so they're gonna dish out a little bit more than they take. Only Cruz
ไอ้นี่มัน
will
โลก
get
เว้ย
tagged up for
มัน
full sense,
คนละ
but
ที่กัน
it's a little bit of contact and then a change of
ระวัง
directions. And look
เดี๋ยว
at the quick
รอดู
ideas
G2
here
ก่อ
from
น
Foot. They want to put some pressure towards Leviathan. They know
เฟนัติกก็
that
ไม่
you know,
มา
Full
นะ
Sense
ปี
is
นี้
going to want to run that
หายไปเลย
Cypher on their own, so they saw the stack and they're trying to see if they can get lucky finding this solo.
Okay, well that's gonna be good initial
เออ
damage.
หัวแตก
Song
ดิ
gonna be tagged to 34, backpedals quickly back through Sands. It's gonna be a rewrap. Okay, Leviathan looking on the cam. Is able to get the spot out there, and now we'll have to just take that rope across towards the south side, rejoin in with the rest of the squad. Full Sense get ready to attack into what is a three-player stack. Yet Jake's gonna be able to find Cruz, finish that job, but Jit Boys gets a piece of the action, but the paint shell from Zeus will take him down. Premi has been eliminated, and now it's just Khalil and Leviathan to try to persevere in a 2v4.
It's going to be tough, no doubt about it. As
เคลียร์เรียบ
good
ร้อ
as
ย
Kahlua in particular has been, you're going to see
อ๋อ
his
ว้าว
hand
ว้าว
like he
ว้าว
can find the shots.
4 นัดไม่โดนเลย
It's the pause though. Just a
Yeah.
little bit of time.
Seconds left.
ไอ้เหี้ยแม่งรับแน่นจัง
Make
วะ
a move and they're surrounded.
They have to tuck in as well from that fade on the north side.
เป็นปีนิวก็ไม่มี
Trying to
มี
rewrap
แต่ส
over
ม
to
อง
A now. They don't have the time to do it, but had they done,
แม่งยิง
would have
เขา
just
จะดี
been
จัด
caught off guard. Right at the rug.
Ui.
Spot out
One
into the
tapเลย
headshot. Spike is on the floor, and Leviathan now. But
Ah,
trying to see if he can find
เรียบร้อย
anything at all, and he cannot. Sociable will just go ahead and get the gank in from behind, and that's going to be Foot.
ไอ้เหี้ยไม่คุ้นชื่อสักตัวเลย
Yeah, I just love the patience
And vitality
Oh, food.
versus
that
Yeah,
Full
food,
Sense
food.
wants to implement. And you know, it's a little bit difficult here for Full Sense because they were hoping that with their recontact over towards A, when they see Kristali back off, they're like,
เฮ้ย
okay,
เฮ้ยเฮ้ยมันแค่เรา
now
แร
we
ก
can really confuse them because they're probably going to expect us to overcommit here.
เหี้ยเรา
You
แรก
know,
ให้
with the
เราแรก
presence that we've seen over at the B site. But instead, if Foot just holds the line, they clear a little bit of space, they get some good info. and they do a great job locking down the site.
No real investments here, just gonna be
นี่เหมือน
classic
ไอ้ซอฟนี่มัน
Primi
เอา
wants to try to get this
เรื่องอยู่
sorted.
นะ
Well, yeah, he will be able to find it, but
เพิ่ม
tagged down
เร็ว
to
กูเหมือน
20.
กันปะ
Lots of impact,
Lia.
severely limited, and Cruz also takes a beating.
And they're just going to try to move to the other side of the map here.
หิวดิหิวดิ
Rely on
มี
that
สกิลไหมอ่ะ
camera set up for a little bit of clearance over towards the arcade
ซื้อ
side of
มึง
the
เห็นไหม
map.
เนี่ยครบเลยเนี่ยว
Cruz
อลไฟขึ้นครบเลยเนี่ย
is gonna
มึง
be
เล่นจริง
calling
วะ
the
เนี่ย
shots
วาโล
over
เนี่ย
Full sense again. They're going to slowly but surely make their way around the map, keep feeding Primi the orbs. So as far as you know, eco rounds go, if you can't do a lot of damage, then farming up the orbs is a great alternative here too. So like the big picture
ก็ดู
game
มันเกม
ideas
มัน
from
เก็บ
the
น้อย
Full Sense boys.
Go ahead. There you go. He'll be 2 charges away from having that ulti online. Spike can get planted here, so a little bit of additional cash
เฮ้
potentially
ยเขา
found.
ได้เขาได้
They're willing to commit for this one, but wall's gonna fall. It's
เฮ้ยสกินสวยวะ
amount of damage,
กา
but
เดีย
it's
น
gonna be Zeus
เฮ้ย
coming away with that kill. It's
โอ้
Blue
ดัน
get
ไอ้เหี้ย
taken down. Stop with the Marshall, able to find Leviathan. Zeus gets himself another paint shell elimination.
โดนไปแตกอ่ะ
They'll stop it from being a flawless, but Zeus
เออ
will clean
ไม่ฟู
house. A 4K from the Rays to also fast track the showstopper. His Foot will overall get a very clean 2-0 start.
Yeah,
Guardian
so I
skin
mean,
สวยจัดอะ
a great round for Foot overall.
โคบอ่ะ
In terms of not taking a ton of damage, they're going to get the raise, get that huge ult fast track. Yes,
Sounds a
Full
hope,
Sense
man.
able to scoop up a lot of ult orbs so that Primi will have his run it back already. But now I start to get a little bit worried here. In general, I thought this was a surprise map pick for Full Sense. I was expecting Pearl. They're one of the best teams, the best Pearl teams we had in Pacific, and going up against a region that a lot of people are saying that maybe the Pearl
ไม่ได้
isn't
ใช้แพท
quite
ใหม่
as
เลยเหรอ
strong, in EMEA, and instead they opt to go for another Pacific favorite in Fracture, but
แป
so
ลก
far, we'll see. Well, now we're in the rifles. Primi's got his ult. This should be the round where you kind of
อาจจะ
cleanly
มี
do
แค่ค
some
อมนี้
damage on this attacker's
ไม่ใช่
side.
อะไรหรอก
Anything but that's going to start being even more concerning, especially if that run it back comes into play. But Kahlua trying to hold that initial angle. Tailwind's going to be taken. The swing continues from Zeus, and he will be taken down.
เออมาดิ
Kahlua able to find the one. Leviathan quickly arriving on the north side, pushing past Dish, but will be held at bay by this trip. But we'll just go for a quick clear on that. Back pedals away. Meanwhile, Yenijin, where are you going, son? Just sprints right up into Primi's face.
อ้าวเรียบร้อ
Take that
ย
kill
ห้า
every
ว
day of the week.
ปิดก่อนไอ้สัตว์
It's going to open up the map a little bit here. Full Sense takes a pause. They're not just running at him. They're being pretty slow and methodical here on this attacker side, looking to set up this crunch, waiting kind of to clear a little bit of space. They've got Leviathan over towards drop, and
เบิ่งทีวีนะ
the flash sands, nobody home. His Foot had guessed over towards the B side of the map where they had seen Primi earlier.
No one really at home.
พวก
Saw
กูต้องปิด
earliest arrival, working his way out towards that Sands rope. Opting
Ôi,
to pull the
ôi,
trigger,
no,
doesn't want to give his
chào
position away.
แป๊บ
Will just be the haunt down quickly, but no, the reveal does end up coming through, so Kahlua has to backpedal out. They continue to occupy this space, but Cristalli is able to find Jit Boys off screen. Spamming him down. It's now a 3v4 and 2 players low on
skin
HP.
now,
This
damn.
could still end up being quite costly for Full Sense if they don't play this cleanly for the remainder. But damage going to be found there. The poke and prod, Leviathan waiting for the peaks.
Ah, red light.
Cruz mowing down too. Is now sociable. The one that's trying to get that damage through, and he will be able to find a little bit more value, but Full Sense will stop the bonus conversion with 2 players surviving.
ทีมนี้กูรอคออย่างเดียวเลย
Primi's ult here
เป็น
because they
รอเล
were
ย
just given full maps control here for Full Sense, because Foot trying to gamble a little bit in certain situations, overstepping their mark, but sociable, a player that in his own right, even though he's the IGL, is really a fragger,
คือนี่
picks up 2 big kills at the end, but Cruz trying to hype up the boys. They are just getting ready. Try something a little bit different. This is looking like a big A crunch, 2-3 split.
Have a listen in the Full Sense.
แล้วป่ะ
Try to tie these up.
อ้าวคมโอ้ยอ๋อโดนบีบอ่ะบีบไหม
Get to that in a little bit as the showstopper is going to be ready. Primi just storming his way forward. Still has not yet invested the ultimate. Rocket not going to be able to find much of anything there, obviously, but Gun Barrel's going to be spotted. Leviathan's going to be taking down the Cruz, able to peel things back into a 3v3. Orbital Strike as well going to be online. They still will commit in for this A plant. All 3 players from Foot on arrival here on this drop side.
ปีแล้ว
Orbital
นะ
Strike's
โอ้ย
going to be called in.
โอ้ย
That
ใช้
means
เหรอ
forcing them back away. Now the Sky Smoke to be cycled in as well, just trying to
sure
make this
เลยว่ะ
as difficult as possible,
Sai.
get the reapproach going.
เฮ้ย
Now it's
สาม
to one
เสียง
side.
ครบ
All three players heard on that drop.
สวย
This swing, but it's gonna be Kalua
สวย
with the stab, cut away with
สวย
two.
เฮ้ย
Maybe
เฮ้ย
can't quite get the
เฮ้ย
read.
คิว
He cleans up all
เกือบ
three.
หมดแม็ก
And Full Sense tie it 2-2.
Find you.
This is nice and
ไอ้
patient
เหี้ยคิ
play
ว
from
หมด
Full
แม็กไอ้
Sense.
สัตว์เอ้ย
Just being really smart, really cautious against this Foot squad.
ยิงหลังยิงยากเว้ย
Footing and Foot caught in no man's land, you know, with that Prowler being spotted. That allows Cruz to just say, hey, wait this out just a second. I'm going to distract them. Then Killua, you can come in and clean up the round. And he's going to do just that. 4 kills on the board for the initiator specialist of Full Sense. And this
เชียร์ไม่
time
งง
Foot
ของเลยวะ
on
จ่ายเลย
Eco going to be stacking that A site where
แล้วอันตีบีดแม่งอย่างเยอะ
so far, last couple of rounds been wanting to land. It is going to be the outlaw for Jit Boys. Kind of a
He's played against the Rays before. He's dialed in on the chick angle, trying to see if he's going to go for that double blast back up. Given the weaponry, even a sheriff at this range, not really going to be able to find the one tap. So we'll play this a little bit more patiently. Does Foot?
Found one.
Maybe walking into a bit
โอ้
of a
ไม่เหลือ
trap
ดิ
here. We do get some damage on the Crystalli.
Well, Orbital's even going to be invested into this one. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
he'll be able to isolate Jit Boys. He gets caught, segmented away from the rest of the team there. So Outlaw potentially to be rescued, but Full Sense are keeping this watched for now.
เอยูเอ
Maybe
หมดเลย
double back on this, but
ไม่มีคนไหลไปบีแล้ว
Leviathan,
มี
he's
คนไหล
all
บี
the
แล้ว
way in towards B, so I would expect that the
รอ
rotation
ข่าวได้เลย
is coming through.
quick clear of that Prowler again. Don't want to have to give this weapon over, but it seems like given the spacing that Leviathan's been able to find, that call to rotate is going to have to be made. But on that north side, you do have 2 players on the approach. Sop and Yetta J slowly creeping forward. The camera's there, but at the moment, Leviathan not feeling safe enough to toggle.
30
Yeah,
seconds
that
left.
is actually maybe going to cause some problems here for Full Sense.
Oh, maybe Sop in one place. But Zeus is going to be running in, and Leviathan just completely not ready for it. Kill found out Sop here, waiting and ready. Caught off guard, the knives, able to find that elimination. Zeus gets up another, and Sop cleans up Kalua. And what a round to be found for Foot to maintain the lead by 1 as he pick up a thrifty.
They were perfectly prepared for this round.
Full
Full Sense just walking into the trap over towards A, losing a player, and you know, to a couple big ults that are invested by Foot, but very worth it to get the MasterCard thrifty. I did some incredible shots from Zeus. Sop with the blades. We were looking forward to seeing him on the jet, and he delivers with the first blade storm. The coaches love it.
Not only does it end up being a master trophy, but also ends up being a very clean one. So a lot of weapons just upgraded for free. That just completely reinjects money back into the economy for Foot. Meanwhile, onto the back foot goes Full Sense. Lose this round. He got and that Outlaw is carried over. And their eco is going to be broken.
This is very scary now for Full Sense. And I'd like to see them maybe turn up the pace a little bit as this half goes on, because I think playing this slow style is really suiting Foot right now. They're happy to play this way. See Jit Boys up close and personal.
Really, Full Sense goes to the push, and we'll have Sociable dead to rights. The clean on that kill, but yet this site's going to be good for 1. Spike, however, going to be dropped. Crystalli, little push forward, pitch something enemy Cypher. Well, Sop dialed in on this angle, fully anticipating that someone's going to go push from this rope side. He would be correct, but Kalua just a little bit faster to be able to find that headshot with a second can be fired, but Zeus is ready and waiting on the other side of the door. Ooh. Just disrespecting his own molly, going for a quick reposition, but Premier is falling out. Cruz has to try to clutch up.
ยังไม่รู้
1v2, his angle for the moment completely unread. Sees the first, swing in the corner, he's gonna be able to That's Cruz gets a score.
And there's that veteran presence that Cruz can bring. He's not often going to be topping the charts in the kill department, but he's going to outmaneuver his opponents here. A nice little setup there from Foot as well to take down Brimmy. They peek perfectly on him, the high-low. Looks like it's going to be their round, but Cruz, one of the few players who played at the very first International Masters and is back here again, along with Yampi and Durka. So
it's just so smart.
It is.
They never anticipate that he's just going to walk across his own volley. Has them paying the iron price. Opening volley of shots here, not going to be connected from Sop. Meanwhile, Overdrive in play. Jit Boys trying to find this kill, but Zeus will be able to shut him down. That's a massive one, and that is the showstopper. Getting online, but he locks it into no avail. No one else scaling fast enough alongside the Neon to be caught by the ult, but it's still a player advantage, and Yedajay scaling all the way towards this south side, towards that attacker's spawn. He gets all the information, but they've either taken the rope to the north, or they're completely boxed in the halls.
Yeah, and so they can just commit towards this A side and set up some crossfires, and it's going to be really difficult for Full Sense to break through this.
No kill, can't use that neural theft. Realize that you're walking in the wrong side as Cruz will get taken down. Sop able to find the two, the up and over into the shorty, and Sop comes alive with a 3K, and that's a flawless reply as FUT maintain the lead.
Yeah, again, it's just kind of the same thing over and over again here for Full Sense. Just go A main and you know, you've got that trip back there. You feel like you're safe, but that's actually just playing into FUT's hands. So that's giving them, like you talked about, the information they need to just commit towards this side of the map. And a couple rounds here in a row where Full Sense had to force up their economy to get into the rifle, so that allows that outlaw to be still put to good use. And this time it's very effective for Sop. Him and Zeus, the double duelists, are having a great start, and Full Sense absolutely needs to take a time out here and start talking about this because it's too simple, it's too generic. You came into this map, this should have been a bit, you expected this to be a bit of a surprise for FUT.
Right.
You know, in FUT's mind, I'm sure they're preparing for Pearl the whole way. So you've got to have some more wrinkles, some more ideas built into this, especially on this attacker side. That's where you got to be doing your damage on this map.
Yeah, going to the Coinbase win condition here. This Full Sense try to figure out what they can do to
really
get this map under control. And I think the big thing that we have to look at is going to be this double duelist. At the moment, for me, Jit Boys just 2 kills apiece. Yet Jit Boys more often than not, is going to be the one putting himself out there on the altar, sacrificing to allow for the rest of the team to pile in and clean up. But that just has not really been the case.
No, and it looks like they're just all a little cautious, so overly cautious, I think. I mean, this Full Sense team, they're not like super high octane or anything, but they're very fearless usually. So I think that's probably another thing I'd like to hear the coaches and even Cruz talking about is let's be willing to take some risks here. Let's play to our strengths. We can take those contact fights just as well as anybody in the world, but FUT has looked really sharp, really comfortable here. A lot of players very new to this stage on that team, and they do not show it.
For now, heavy stack. Looks like this is going to be a full send into the B site. 3 players nearby enough, though, as Zeus and Sop just play together. Spot. They still have that on the north side at Dish, so no real concerns about a flank coming through. So for the moment, FUT can just maintain this position.
Just the same as the eco round, as round 2. Just scoop up all the orbs around the map. Gotta be a little bit cautious with this one. Somebody could be up there. But actually, okay, they're gonna show their presence.
Catches a glimpse.
มันไม่ใช่ดูยศธรรมชาติ
Does he overstep?
ไม่ใช่ไง
Could still just peeks out, maybe come away with the kill, but on the quick peek, sees how many players there are. Meanwhile, he re-peeks out. Leviathan's going to be struck down. Primi now eliminated. It's just a firing squad. A casualty at the office here for FUT as they put up another flawless and now stretch the lead 5-3.
Oh, phenomenal patience by Yedajay. Doesn't overstep the mark at all. Doesn't give Primi any chance with that Sheriff to do any damage. Gets that quick kill onto the first, and then he's back out for 2 more with some reinforcements arriving. Great coordination. That's another thing I'm loving from this FUT squad today is I'm seeing a lot of really good comms. Everybody's peeking together. Nobody's going out on their own trying to make those hero plays other than that on the bonus with Yedajay where he walked into Primi. That's the only round where I've seen something that kind of, scratches your head a little bit, but it's not a big deal because otherwise they are in very, very good form.
Leviathan's in a very bad spot. Even if Sop can't find that kill, the rest of the players crunching to the north side certainly would have done.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Running back now to be committed in from Primi. Leading the way forward. They're giving him the angles, though, as Yedajay will peek out, loses his life. Double approach up through tower. Primi not going to be able to see too much else over on that arcade side, but I've gotten a couple of audio cues, I'm sure. Nightfall now going to be sent forward, but it's just going to be a pivot back through the spawn of the defenders to try and get a spike planted on A, but Primi gets caught up in transit. Face forward from Kahlua, dead at Canteen. Zeus holds his own, and now it's a 2v4.
This looked like it was going to be a good read, but Full Sense tried to trick FUT by leaving a couple players behind. And Sop is on it.
Any concerns about this guy playing Jet? Quickly been dispelled as he is just dancing on him! something-esque in that movement.
ไอ้เหี้ยโคตรบ้าไอ้สัส
Plants his
เจดี้
feet
เนี่ย
and lights crews up.
Tremendous
เป็น
round
กู
from
กูงง
Sam.
อะไรเจออย่างเงี้ย
All over the map, not afraid to take some of these individual battles now for FUL. They're getting confident here. They feel like they're getting good reads. They're able to spread the map in full sense. Just left scratching their heads.
This goes here.
Couple big ults. I liked the idea there from full sense. I think the read was okay where you're expecting that nightfall and you're already pivoting. The problem is FUL is just outdueling you every time that you're trying to throw an extra layer of trickery in. FUL's just well aware. They've got a pretty good read, and that shows to me they've done some of their homework. This is something that full sense has started to do, is leave a player behind, try to catch opponents off guard. They're very, very ready. Primi will get spotted out. That doesn't mean too much here right now, as full sense is all over the place. North, south, east, west. Pick your poison. Chip Boy's trying to drum up some attention.
Oh, it's going to be the Leviathan.
I was over at he got the player up the top, Sands.
Quick, clean shot with that Sheriff across to the rope. Catches him on the rafters. Is that enough of an opening, though? You do have two ultimates. Potentially try to commit into this to pull off a thrifty of your own. For now, we'll just be full sense widely trying to get their forces aligned, as Kalua's still going to be left over towards Dish.
They're going to keep just kind of maneuvering around. He's going to pull the blades again.
Just an immediate investment. Meanwhile, spotted there. Quick little pixel angle around the smoke, so Sociable able to clean up the kill. Cannot find that fourth, not another 4K. Primi will be able to sit him down. Comes away with his second. He's looking frantically for a weapon, has the spike in hand. Will be able to finally find a Vandal. Clears the boom bot. Yeta J arriving on that north side, and Primi is going to have to try to fight his way out of this one. Gets the kill on the Zeus, but cannot hit a transfer. Close with no cigar. Foot advance forward to 7 rounds to 3. Already a lead secured for them at the half.
That was almost one of those Primi moments, but just came up short. Sop again. So sturdy. Just can't find that last blade. Gave Primi a chance, but Yeta J quick enough on the draw. Primi was ready for it, but everybody on foot, very, very sharp right now. They're going to have the another point of interest here. And who's going to be running that, but with Sop on the okay, yes, he is.
Getting the dire straits here from full sense. See if they're going to be able to bring this round back in.
ฝั่งกูไม่มีแถบอ่ะมันน่าเล่น2อาร์เคดเนี่ยมันดันมาเนี่ยเราไปจบได้นะเนี่ยเรารวบมันได้เนี่ยค่าเฮียอาร์เคดมีแถบมันควันดับแล้วมันควันดับแล้วเนี่ยไปเล่น2เหมือนเดิมเลยไปเล่นแถบคือแถบเฮียอาร์เคดเนี่ยกูเล่นแยกนะกูไม่ไปรวมตอนเดิมวันอ่ะกูพาวเลอร์นะ2เช็ควันเดิมวันยิงกล้องก่อนเดี๋ยวกูยิงกล้องให้กูเจอสปอร์ตมันพาวเลอร์เคพาวเลอร์เคเมลล์เอาเลยเอาบ้านเราไม่ต้องกลัวหรอก1 2 3กูเล่นเข้ามาเลยแล้วบอล
Exactly ready to come through. Zeus already striking out, able to find a kill, and Chip Boys is going to be taking an entry. Primi's able to find one Kalua. One kill going to be traded back, but he eats an immense amount of damage. The ult will expire. Sense lucky to get themselves even into a 2v3, it feels like. They have also no other options. No other recourse other than to advance forward to the B site, try to get the spike in play, try to hold the line, but Sociable has that orbital strike available.
He's moved back over.
ไม่มันจะเดินเข้าเดี๋ยวเรียบร้อยโดนล็อกโง่ลง
This is going to be a base here, and Crystalli just takes that every day. 8-3, but are looking dominant.
Every twist and turn. They're so ready for full sense players, and you're not getting a lot of value out here out of the Phoenix as well. I have to say for Primi, yeah, sure, he's got some ults, but they're not really getting you that space and time that you need. Foot is very adaptable right now in terms of knowing when they need to give up a little bit of space, knowing when they could take some fights. And I'm seeing full sense players there. When we were watching from their perspective as they moved into arcade, they weren't all watching, I think, the places that they probably should have been. It was kind of a jumble of who should be watching the top of the rope and things like that, and they get cut apart because of it. Sop still going to have that op.
Prowler check the corner, but double face
นี่
forward
กิน
around.
บอลกูแล้
It's
ว
going to be Zeus, going to be taken down. 2 for 2 so far. Quick little reposition. Sop on the re-peeks, looking for that kill, but Cruz hits a pelter of a shot. Puts the jet down on the floor. It's full sense to try to rescue this 4th round. This half of themselves. Orbital strike going to be called in. Cruz forced back over in towards main, now off the site. His own orbital going to be called in as well. Canteen. The players are pushed forward in front of this one. Now Cruz is taken down. The spike is now isolated.
Look at these smokes.
Lost in the smokes, perhaps. A sociable
Sorry.
will get noted and dealt with, but now a 1v1.
พี่วีรู้ตำแหน่งแล้วแต่นี่ไม่รู้
Spike still on the floor, and yet a J
อ้อมหลัง
with a bold reposition, swinging all the way through that underpass. Primi, where does he go as the spike gets planted? He's got no util to speak of, no Molly to try to buy time. He just has to win this out with that Phantom. He's watching the correct angle. At this point, he just has no idea. So yet a J, the silent walk in towards tower. Primi to re-wrap back around.
จะตัดคนต่างอ้อมเลยเนี่ย
Peek out from that
เฮ้ย
jet
แต่
side.
โค
Will
ตรแพนอยู่
have
นะ
sight lines.
เอ้า
Doesn't even need it. Yet a J walks out onto the site and takes him down. A 3K and a 9-3 half with foot way out in front.
This is a beautiful play off the back of the orbital strike. I mean, Sociable dialing up a beauty here with his ult into these 2 smokes that allow them to scale forward. And Full Sense isn't even considering that.
โดนไปนัดหนึ่ง
Full Sense have been getting rattled. They need a massive comeback as they switch over to the defender's side. We'll see if they can do it after the halftime break.
นี่พยักหน้า
Tired of off-season blues once champs is over? Fear not.
ไอ้แย่ไปมองแล้ว
Valorant is coming to the
พยักหน้า
Esports Nations Cup, where players split from their clubs
เหี้ยโกแม่ง
and
คิวอยู่
compete
เลย
for
อ่ะ
national pride. Will EMEA turn every round into a chess match? Is Brazil about to turn every map into ranked? Will Team USA ego peak every single angle? The final event of the year is not to be missed.
โค้ชผมยังชิว
Esports
อยู่เลย
Nations Cup 2026. See you in November.
เสียเคนให้เห็นอยู่แล้วเอ้ยอันนี้นี่นะอันนี้
Jen here with Sociable of Foot. Now, Sociable, during your preparation, how much
โค้ช
did
กูชิวจัด
Primi's
เลยอ่ะ
name come
หัน
up
ยัง
for
มา
you guys?
ยิ้มเหมือนกัน
Sociable hazırlıklarınız boyunca Primi'nin ismi ne kadar öne çıktı sizin için?
แต่เขาสายยากตอนเนี้ยมาดูกูก็โดนไอ้เหี้ยโดนยิงพร้อมกันเลยสัตว์
Yani %5, %10'u geçmez.
ไม่รู้ไอ้เหี้ย
Belki
ดู
o
ไม่
kadar
ได้
yoktur da yani.
Tamam.
Sırf sorulduğu için şu an hani %5 diyeyim. Hani oyun tarzı olarak çok fazla hani counterlamaya ya da hazırlanmaya gereken biri değil bence.
İyi peki
Yani eğimi
var.
çok iyi, yetenekli. Yani hazırlık olarak da eğimi çok iyi birine ne yapabiliriz yani?
เดี๋ยวไปตอนจบแมตช์แรก
Crosshair'ı kafasına koyup mouse 1'e basacağız yani. Bu kadar.
Honestly, his name came up like maybe 5 or 10%, and I'm just saying that because you're asking specifically. So he is obviously very talented. He has really good aim. But I mean, how much prep you can do against somebody who has these attributes? All you can do is just aim your crosshair towards his head and press mouse 1. So basically, that is it. Yeah.
Yep, sounds like a plan. Thank you.
We are back going into our second half here of Fracture and Full Sense. Their map pick, they are trailing by 6 rounds. This needs to be a pistol win. This needs to be a snowball, a bonus conversion, a collection of ultimates. If they want to have any hope of taking down Foot here, because Foot are looking electric.
Yeah, no, just very well disciplined right now, our Foot, on top of having incredible aim and reactions. And they just talked about it in that interview with Jen. Just need to aim at their head and click mouse 1, and they were doing a hell of a lot of that in the first half. So keep it up, and they should be in a good position to take their opponent's map pick away from them. We'll have to see. Maybe this is one of those weird days where Fracture is actually defender-sided. I don't really feel like that's going to be the case. Cruz there, going to get identified by Cam. He's just going to have to evacuate. No hope here. Oh, boy.
Yeah, taking a risk, not tucking away into the corner Canteen. Space has been
เขา
given
ใส่
up.
อย่างง่าย
It's
อะไร
going to be
เงี้ย
taken
มี
here by
ใคร
Foot
อยู่
very quickly. I mean, curveball at the ready, sees not to get the grab. Brought back to
หลบทันด้วยเงี้ย
Social just pushes forward into that smoke, able to find a kill with that frenzy, and Zeus gets Primi taken down. Only Sociable gone thus far, and FUT continue right where they left off at the end of that first half. There's another pistol. It's dominance on display again.
Oh, they're just so good about using their time and space and then using their utility. Sop this time bails himself out, tries to quietly drift up on top of the dice on site. And then as soon as that flash comes through, it's an immediate smoke on the ground to keep himself safe. The trades are there, the team so well coordinated, so well disciplined. And they're expecting that flood retake from both ends.
2 and 13 for Jit Boys. Wanting to lean back into this Neon, but it just has not been finding any value. Outside of 1 or 2 kills where it's set up by a relay bolt.
I don't feel like either of the duelists from Full Sense are finding as much value as they are.
Not at all. Cruz tries to tuck it behind this box. Will get ushered into the open by the paint shell, and Sop quickly collects that kill. Rosie now is Full Sense going to be arriving on the arcade side, and FUT, they say goodbye, and they are just drifting back over towards that A hall.
This should be a free plant here, you would think, for FUT. And they're checking the cam as well, so I think they're going to notice what's going on eventually. Oh, Full Sense actually going through the sewers, so cam won't see them. Maybe it'll see a few as they actually do go forward and clear it.
They clear that. 2 on this approach. Yet a J check behind. Tripwire going to be set up, and he does get caught. Not registering just how close these players are going to be. So they bring this back to a 4v4. Bandit going to be snatched up. Jit Boys taking that into hand. Otherwise, it's still just classics, and now you've got this deep angle on site for Sop with the Marshall, and he will one-tap everyone.
This is very, very difficult. Got a flash here, you got a Primy wall, you got a Molly, you got a couple prowlers, but okay.
Putting shots going wide. Allows them to scale a little bit more. The Molly going to be set up with the C's. Sop is able to find Primy on the repeat. A little bit more here, and once again, they're just going to be all lined up. What now? 11-3, Full Sense. Very much falling out of this map. But it's just a bonus conversion away from having that point.
Yeah, this is just clinical stuff. I mean, again, you know, nobody overcommitting to anything, just taking your shots. Don't overstay your welcome. Sure, you lose one player to kind of a cheeky setup from Full Sense where they send 2 up tree and 2 towards spawn, so you catch on a little bit of a timing to Yeta J. But other than that, it's very, very clean, as most of this map has been for FUT. Jit Boy is going to clear the haunt. Could be under a lot of pressure. Goodbye, Leviathan.
Just dead off the rip. Just checking the main. Jit Boys will be able to peel back some of the pressure as Zeus ends up falling. But the entry is still there. The site is still taken. Full Sense still are going to have to try to go for this retake as the spike will get planted over in the corner.
Spike planted.
Pulling back Primy and Kahlua for the moment. There's that clear. Sop, his attention now going to be paid towards main. Cage popped, and that does allow him to just drift back onto a deeper, safer angle.
ตอนนี้แพ้ก็จบเลยเรียบร้อยตอนหน้าไม่มีกล้องไม่มีตังค์
Primy slotted forward, sociable, slowly
Đồn lại
drifting
mày.
down through that. So we're looking at the catch. Curveballs out.
สวยนี่โดนพี่มีเอาหมดอีกแล้วเรียบร้อยโอ้โหหลังเปิดโล่ง
And it's just looking so very easy for FUT. 12-3. The bonus is converted.
Yeah,
and Full
I
Sense
need a
are completely and utterly out of options.
No, this is GG. They're just
นีออนไม่มีประโยชน์เหี้ยเลยคือแบบ
disgusting right now.
ไม่มีเหี้ยเลยกูดูเห็นเนี่ย
Sociable holds down the line on the backside. Primy able to find one off the back of a flash, but that's it. Otherwise, it's smooth sailing. Now you're gonna have to force up here. Cruz, no armor. Sop with that outlaw. This is very, very done at this point, you would think. They've got 4 players over in A main.
สู้ไม่ไหว
Trying to lock it down here. Let's just have to wait and see.
จิตบอลนี่ยิ่งใหญ่เลยยิ่งแล้วใหญ่
Face in, sociable. Well, pay
เฮ้ย
the
ออก
price.
มาอยู่
Sop at the same time creating this pressure on B as the spike gets brought over, and it's just Leviathan tucked into tower.
ฝรั่งอย่างหัววายย้อนนี่อ่ะขอหัวเวอร์ไปวะอุ้ยเฮียเหรอวะไม่ไงให้หัว2 เม็ดเก็บการเดียนแล้วก็ให้มันแทบอีกโอ้ไอ้เฮีย
Macro, micro, just style points there at the end for Sop. What a performance from him on the jet.
ฟอร์มนี้ทิ้งไปเลยเฮียนีออนนั่นก็โดนเนิร์ฟลงไปแล้วไม่หยิบมาทำไมแต่ที่แม่งโดนเนิร์ฟไอเย็นเราดูครับตะโกนยาวอะไรเงี้ยว่าดูทรงเพย์ออฟนะไม่ได้เข้าอะไรเล่นเงี้ยกูบอกเลยเข้าน้ำวันเดี๋ยวมา
Match found. Death match. Warm up.
Instinct only goes so far. Skill covers the rest.
Fight!
This is business. Leave! Yong. Sage is down. Try again. You're finished. Stand aside. Sage is down. Got one.
Dominating. Ten kills remaining.
Next.
Five kills remaining.
Got three.
One kill remaining.
On that secondary duelist as well there alongside him is what's helping him look so good.
He was supposed to be the superstar of FUT, and when he joined, he didn't quite match that levels. He was supposed to be what SOP was, and if they're both firing like this, then it's going to be a good tournament.
He was saving it for London. He's definitely showed up today. Now we are going to be going into Haven. Of course, that leaves a lot of question marks for Full Sense. A lot of us were super hyped on this team coming into this tournament, but that was honestly probably one of the weaker starts we've seen so far in Swiss stages.
Well, you mentioned the Waylay just there as well, Minnie, when we think about Zeus and SOP. They were playing the Waylay Neon more recently on that Haven, so I'm intrigued to see if they stick with that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's just going to be... I want to see them just play Jet Phoenix, personally.
Yeah.
I think that's the obvious answer here. That is the things we talked about yesterday as the meta picks right now. I think that this match should be a lot closer. Even though FUT are favored here in terms of it is their map pick, I think that Full Sense looked lost on that Fracture, and they're not going to look lost on Haven.
I think in that token, though, they're starting on the attack, Full Sense. And when you're starting on attack on a map like Haven, if you're looking that indecisive on a map like Fracture, I start to worry a little bit going into that Haven.
I don't worry. I think Fracture is a slightly more complicated map that, again, a lot of teams don't really understand right now. Haven is a map that Cruz is going to call 100 times before. He knows how to do that. Even if they just rush it down on one of the sites, I think they're going to be a lot better in this.
Yeah, that's right. Let's hear what Coach T-Love Fam has to say ahead of map 2.
Jen Lee here with the Full Sense and Isara for some translation. Now, you guys didn't really change. You guys didn't really change much, but I wanted to ask you about Jit Boys on that Neon. He was a bit quieter than we're used to seeing him perform in Pacific. So, do you think this was the Neon nerf that kind of hit you guys harder than you expected it to, or it was just the nerves?
สำหรับตรงนี้เนี่ยคือเราได้เห็นแล้วว่าการปรับนีออนหรือว่าการโดนเนิร์ฟตรงนี้เนี่ยทำให้จิตบอยอาจจะเล่นได้เงียบลงกว่าที่เราคาดคิดไว้คิดว่าการเนิร์ฟครั้งนี้มันเกี่ยวมากน้อยขนาดไหนกับผลลัพธ์หรือว่ามันเป็นเรื่องของแฟกเจอร์กันครับ
มีผลครับแต่ผมว่ามีผลไม่ได้เยอะครับเราแค่
เล่นตามเกมฝั่งตรงข้ามซะเยอะแล้วก็ไม่ได้เล่นในเกมของเราเหมือนเราคิดเยอะเรากลัวเราไม่ค่อยกล้าเล่นอาจจะเป็นเพราะว่าความกดดันหรือว่าครั้งแรกของทุกคนในงานมาสเตอร์ก็ประมาณนั้นครับแต่ผมว่าคิดว่าไม่ได้มีผลขนาดนั้นสำหรับนีออน
I think the nerf was not too bad. Definitely it has some effect, but I do feel like it's more like we were playing their game more than focusing on our own. We overthink too much. And with that being said, I think we just need to get back on our step and focus on what we do best.
Okay, thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you.
Of course, one of the questions we had coming into today, especially with so many players playing on the global stage for the very first time, is the nerves, the jitters, and I think this is what is happening a little bit with Full Sense right now.
Yeah, I think so, but I do think that the way that they played that Fracture lended into that. They weren't going fast at all. They were doing very, very methodical spread defaults, and I think for a team that has some nerves, you just want to keep it simple. And I think on Haven, that's what I want to see. I just want to see a lot more just going together in the pack and not having to make all the players communicate and do lots of complicated things.
It almost felt as though they were doubting themselves at times, like looking almost too timid at moments, which is weird because there were so many moments where they had themselves in deep deposit positions where they could kind of get an advantage from that, whether it was a man advantage or things like that. On the other side, you have FUT that have come into this with full confidence.
They looked like a timid EMEA team, and that is not what I want to be saying about an APAC team.
Especially Full Sense. It is actually wild to see this, and I think this is very uncharacteristic of them. But as we go into Haven, Cruz, back when he was on Talent, has actually thanked your team when you were the coach for inspiration for their successful plays on Haven. So let's see if they can bring it in today.
Well, hopefully a lot quicker than Fnatic, because that is what we're looking for here, is them just sending it a lot more on this attack side with that Neon and Phoenix. The same duo again, Jibbo is on that Neon and Premi on the Phoenix. I just think it is just about sending it.
Yeah, I don't think Jibboys was playing the Neon on this map previously, so it's kind of interesting that they've decided to continue having this agent here. I think the Chamber is really great on this map, but I think looking at FUT's composition, you have Zeus on that whale. I expect him to be just getting into sight. You don't really have a whole lot to be able to stop him here. And also we saw how great Sop was with the sniper on that Fracture. On a map like this as well, you're never really going to know where he's going to be positioned with that weapon.
Yeah, the thing I love about FUT on this map, despite the change to the Jet, I think it's going to be the same.
โอ้โหจะมีคนไทยตัวนึง
They love to use the whaler, use the Jet, get up into Full Sense's face, but I'm hoping Full Sense fight fire with fire this time around.
Yeah, that's right. We really want to see the aggression come out from Full Sense, so let's see if they can bring it back, or if today Turkey reigns supreme as we send it back to our casters, Achilles and Paper.
Thank you very much. And yes, they need to have a rebound. Full Sense not looking like themselves at all, but FUT are looking right at home here in London. That was a dominant performance, and one that is going to be difficult to recover from if you are Full Sense.
For sure, and you're kind of running into similar problems. Still in Sop's hands, there's so much change of direction that FUT can implement with the Waylay and the Jet. It's going to be tough, I think, for Premi to find value again with that Phoenix, with those curveballs like we saw on Fracture. I think this is still going to give them a lot of problems.
หลังซ้ายหนึ่งดูแล้วเรียบร้อยช็อตไม่มีใครดูเรียบร้อยโดนหลังโอ้ยแล้วเรียบร้อยเรียบร้อยเรียบร้อย
And it's just Cruz with the Bandit now in a 1v3.
มันเล่นไม่รัดกลุ่มเลยว่ะ
What a clutch this would be, but for now it does seem that Pistols will continue to elude this Thai squad. Haven't been able to find one yet. There's the realization into the spray now, and Zeus with a 3K will get FUT their third pistol win.
Yeah, I mean, they're just out macroing Full Sense in every regard. Not dropping pistols, and this time it's because of this late linger from Zeus. And Full Sense has no idea. Yettajay again doing a great job buying time and space for the rest of his team to get into position to strike. Solid on Fracture, seeing it here again. Not overstepping his bounds, not overplaying his role.
เหมือนจะได้นอนไวเว้ยวันนี้
Doing a really solid effort. And then
ดีจะได้ตื่นไปทำงานนอนเยอะๆหน่อย
Big gamble. Catches FUT off guard. Premi quickly taking space towards Garage. The Prowler able to identify that tripwire. Yettajay just spraying and playing. Nothing going to be found. As Relay Bolt goes over towards backside. Swing in though. Sociable's going to be able to find one. Leviathan over and long with Jit Boys cleaning up that.
ไม่มีใครเช็คด้วย
He just tucked away. Tries to get the transfer. He cannot. Kalua will be able to take him down, but Into a 3v3 we go. Spike still not yet planted. We'll go for it now.
ที่สโมกอะไรอยู่
Backside plant to try to play away from this
หลัง
garage.
ไม่ดูหลังไม่ดูแล้วสวย
Catch Zeus off guard. The
Marshall
shot's
sure,
not coming to
sure,
fruition. Full sense. A big gamble that pays off. They tie it up 1-1.
Well, that's exactly what the doctor ordered for this Thai
อย่าลืม
team. They really needed an injection of life, and that might be
ด่านนี้เคยตบทีวันที่ช
just
นะรว
what
ดมาแล้วนะบอก
you
ว่า
wanted to see. And I was a little bit worried here for a moment in the 3v3, but Killua ready for that garage angle.
ตอนนั้นนี่ทีวันแม่งโคตรปีศาจอะด่านเนี้ย
And the serious face on the captain. Really wants to get this one through, really wants to take this to a map 3. Haven, a map that we haven't seen in quite some time for Full Sense, and a completely different look compared to what we saw on stage.
โคตรมึงชิวไปเฮียอะไรน้องเธอจะเข้ามา
Leviathan on that chamber. This is one of the big change-ups that I'm curious about. Only 3 games total across his entire career on this agent, so I want to see some impact from him. 0-2 start, but see if he can continue to pick it up. He's going to be clearing out a little bit of space.
กิมมี่เล่นตัวมั่นใจไปเลย
We'll just be dialed in on the angle.
จับไปเลยเจสเนี่ยมั่นใจ
Start things off. Full Sense still going to be taking their time.
จับตัวให้มันแบบมั่นใจไปเลย
They cannot afford to have another Thrifty be given over to Foot. Patience to come in, Cam to be cleared out on the B site.
กิมมี่ไม่ต้องเล่นตัวมันมูฟเมนต์เยอะๆ
To think that this is going to end up at C, but given Leviathan's position, he's just walked his way into the A site. He's just going to be calling the team over here, so we'll be able to find a solid post-plant situation here for Full Sense.
เฮียเดินสมุกปิดก็
Sure that they're just crossing
เรียบ
all
ร้อย
the
แล้ว
T's and dotting all of their I's. Don't want to get caught off guard from Sewers yet again.
Exactly. They have to be careful. They have already had a couple moments in this map. One that cost them dearly in the pistol, and one that almost cost them.
นี่มีการเดินกลับมาเก็บ
Oh,
the tucked in position of the other J up on the logs, and this time around,
ตอนนี้ไงเล่นตีเลยนะ
them just fanning out, looking for those kills, looking for those extra ult orbs if they can.
Does anyone push
น่า
towards
จะเก็บไว้
Leviathan?
เล่
The
น
answer's
ตา
going
ห
to
น้า
be yes. There's Yeta J.
สวย
An easy cleanup, and now we can just get on the wider angle, try to stop them from getting in towards that spike detonation. As from here, the
ชอบ
game
นะ
plan
มิสติกบูม
should
ไอ้
just
เหี้ย
be
เสียงไม่
to
แน่น
not
ดิ
give over any additional ult charge. Rendezvous is going to be set up, and they want to try to fight this one forward.
สวยสวยสวย
A kill, stopping it from being a flawless, but Leviathan finding 3 as Full Sense move up 2-1.
Yeah, now you're starting to see some good macro ideas from Full Sense, some good comms. When we got to listen in from
ต้อง
them
เอียงขนาดนั้นเล
on
ยวะคีย์บอร์ด
Fracture, it felt like, you know, Leviathan and Jimbo
กู
was
เออ
really
กู
active
ว่า
Oh,
in
เอียง
the
แต่
comms,
ไม่ได้เอียง
really
ขนาดนี้
making some calls and ideas. So here, this time, Leviathan able to just find that open space on the map and call the troops over. Now you are going to have some big guns coming
เอ้
through
ย
here.
เฮีย
The
กะ
Op
โอดิน
and the Odin, but the Op only going to have half armor. So if he challenges into Leviathan,
น่าจะแปม
be
สแป
too
มส
bad
โม
of
ก
a
อะ
matchup for the chamber,
สอง
but
อะ
right now, off the rip, not going to be the case. Looking for that tight angle, looking
เอ้ย
for
กิ
the
ดบอย
orb now, knowing with that
เรืองแสง
Phoenix
ว่ะ
in play, that's something that you're going to be absolutely considering every round is Full Sense. Saw it on Fracture, that on their attacker side, it was a big part of the game plan.
so
Trying
sure
to funnel those orbs as much as they can, but Full Sense as well, kind of aware of what the potential counter strategies could be. You know, Minnie was talking about it on the desk, how Foot was getting really aggressive on the extremities of the maps, something they like to do here on Haven as well.
Jump peek out. Op will have been spotted.
ดูจากการเงินในจอได้
A little bit further forward now.
นี่ไงเปิดมาแล้ว
To get rid of Sop.
เอ้ย
Flash just managed to connect. It's going to be Yeta J.
รู้
Things
มี
from
โอ
that
ดิน
garage side
กลับ
to
เลย
shut
กลับ
down
ดิ
the ultimate. At the same time, Leviathan going to be spotted, but Yeta J
เออ
in the garage, and he's giving up so much space. Zeus is able to find one Sop with another as Jit Boys will get taken down. 3v3 with the Prowler spawning.
รอดได้ไงวะ
A quick little exit. Has to give up the space, so for now,
ปกติ
can be planted.
กูเล่นเช็คกูเล่นเป็นอย่างนี้แหละ
Sociable. Catches
เฮ้ย
off
โอ้โห
guard. Comes away with
ไม่
2,
เช็
and now
ค
it's just Kalu in a 1v3.
เอาคิรัวไปคิ
Started
โร่
off here being so very clutch for this Thai
Oh, yeah,
squad.
that's
Can
Joe
he
Ob
deliver
there,
here
that's
on the biggest stage of his career thus far?
สวย
Finds the first.
เอ้ยหลัง
Turns back,
หลัง
clears
โอ้
the
โห
recon, but that's when Sop strikes.
ไอ้เหี้ยแม่ง
But
รี
will
คอน
be
แม่ง
able to win out the round and tie it up 2-2.
Yeah, Full Sense just so tunneled in on some of the wrong angles. It seems like they're so convinced that Foot is going to be
ถ้าไม่
coming from the
ติดรีคอน
window.
เมื่อกี้นะน่า
That
จะ
Sociable
กว้าง
is
ให้เห็น
just
ละ
catching them off guard, and he does this all the time.
กูปล่อยไปแล้ว
and
รีคอน
hopeful
เมื่อกี้
that's
ไอ้
a
เนี่
nice
ย
one from Sop. They're just not ready. Primi trying to back up, you know, covering that angle, but it's too late. They do a great job holding the line.
That's a critical round. Allows him to carry that Odin as well as the operator forward. Stop's still going to be having that half arm, but this time no Outlaw to be concerned about. It's an op in the hands of Leviathan. See if he ends up challenging on to the same angles, but at the moment it seems like no. Will just be a peek out towards A long.
Yeah, they're going to try to use the Haunt Flash setup here to set him up.
What goes out meanwhile, Switchpool scaling forward. That rendezvous will just be taken out to safety though, and this gives a lot of forward space for Foot. An immense amount of map control now established. As op shot from Sop doesn't manage to connect on a Primi. He had an opportunity to take that Phoenix down out of Garage, but ends up going a bit wide.
This is such a clever setup. Leviathan, it's just going to be how patient is he going to wait this out? With Sociable right around that corner, Paranoia in hand. Tricky for the chamber, but the reinforcements have arrived. Are they going to be ready?
จะเสียงไม่รู้
Face in.
โอเครู้แล้ว เรียบร้อย
Conversion path's immediately going to be invested. Blinded up, but the smoke just completely keeps them protected. And the stray spray from Zeus is able to find Jit Boys. Stalling out.
เรียบร้อยแปมนี้เรียบร้อย
No vision necessary.
ยังไม่ได้ออกจากจุดเกิดเลยเฮีย
Oh man, that lack of map control absolutely crushes Full Sense. Crew's just going to try to hold onto this gun if possible, but still way too much time on this clock, you would think.
Yeah, this is a big swing back in. Yedajay just around the corner at the top of Sewers. Right, come checking down, and he does, and Cruz cannot find the headshot, so it's a flawless round for Foot to reestablish the lead.
This is
ซื้อออฟมาโยนทิ้ง
incredible game sense from them. Just waiting things out. Paranoia into the convergent pass, and it hits everybody on Full Sense basically. And then it's just a firing squad. Already Foot well ahead in every department, just like on Fracture. Sure, Full Sense has got a couple rounds in there. Force buy up, but outside of that, they're looking very, very shaky.
Have the overdrive available, but it's going to be Jit Boy still holding on to this Vandal. Thought maybe we'd see that passed over to Primi. Play for an arm, trying to get that 24, but there goes the gun. Jit Boy's immediately dead as Zeus just walks out into mid. Completely disrespecting and disregarding any potential setup, any layers that they could have. He's posted up top site. He's able to find Primi. Now both duelists have been eliminated, and Leviathan gets tagged at 19 at the same time. And now back-to-back flawlesses. Foot once again finding their form.
Ahead. It just seems like they've got the download on how Full Sense wants to play. You know, this time Full Sense going to spread the map a little bit, and Foot
ตอนเพย์ออฟที่ไหนวะเวียดนามปะล่าสุดอะหรือฟิลิปปินส์ปะ
Nice little
ตัดไฮไลท์อย่างเฮียเลย
Make sure that they're able to deal with Full Sense
ที่
cleanly, not
ฟู
really
เซ
give
น
them
ไป
much
แข่ง
hope.
ตอนที่จะมาลอนดอน
Sure. not quite sure what brought that one on, but it's going to be a timeout call now for Full Sense as they once again start to feel this pressure.
นี่ที่มาแข่งก่อนไปลอนดอนเนี่ยไปแข่งออฟยอมเนี่ย
but then now again starting to feel like this map is getting away from them. Now playing on this attacker side, they have this double duelist. This is where they should be the most favored on Haven.
แต่แข่งจบเป็นเนี้ยตัดไฮไลท์แต่ละช็อตตัดอย่างนี้
curtains for Full Sense in this opening series.
No doubt. They just feel scared. I mean, it doesn't feels like they kind of got punched in the mouth and they're not able to recover. They're just rattled. They're reeling. They're teetering. Meanwhile, Foot is looking for the knockout blow. They're winding up for it big time.
Yeah, and again with the Coinbase win condition,
สมดุลกว่าเยอะเลยของฟุตอะ
will he be able to find that impact? The 2 kills that he found.
เอาซินติเนียลมึงเอามากันไซด์ไง
Didn't find value on that. Had the shutdown from Yedajay on the C site, and now it's been slow going to try to get that second one built up.
Yeah, I mean, you need him to be firing as Full Sense. Like, he's a big part of your game plan, no matter how you cut it. And having him on the Phoenix on both maps has just not gotten the value that you look for. You are going to have the tour de force with the Leviathan.
เอามันรู้เลยว่าต้องหยิบนีออนแน่ๆไม่หยิบ
Bounce up
นี่มา
from the
ชื่อเยอะ
recon dart. This time though.
แล้วเราอุ้ยรู้ได้ไงวะ
What a read to be prepared for this. It's such a
มึงแฮกเนี่ยพลิกปุ๊บรู้มุมเลยอะปกติมันต้อง เล็งข้างล่างนะ
peek out and be able to connect with that so quickly. Sop is just operating on a completely different level.
มันกระโดดปุ๊บ
Meanwhile, peek out at heaven. There it is. And Leviathan Leviathan unable to find the flick, and he's going to be the one eating the damage. It does get some through actually on the Crystallis. The wall bang.
ปกติเราก็ต้องเล็งมุมล่างไอ้เหี้ยนี่พลิกปุ๊บ
Even across both
เล็งข้างบน
sides. Meanwhile, Jit Boy's checking down in the sewers, making sure that there's no sneaky
เช็ค
Zeus
คอม
down
นี่
there. Spike can be planted, but this is going to be a difficult hold for Full Sense. So the Nightfall's immediately going to be invested. But just maintains that angle, and he's able to find Leviathan. 3 players now to try to hold this
ไม่มี
line.
สโมนี่ว่ะ
It's the up
อ่ะ
and over.
นี่ระยะประชิด นี่หมด
Sop just plays distraction while the rest of his team
เห็น
picks up the
เกม
pieces.
สู้ก็ไม่ได้
It is
แข่งก็ไม่ได้
another flawless
จบ
for
ไอ้
FUL.
เหี้ย
This is incredible. I mean, Sop on the jet. Absolutely love the movement. Absolutely love the confidence that he's bringing in. Doesn't matter if he's paranoid or not. He's getting in their faces. He's hitting off shots. He is doing it all. This is exactly what you want to see. And I mean, again, look at these POVs from the FUT players. It's crossfires galore. It's great coordination. And meanwhile, Full Sense just feels like they're in a panic. They're in a daze.
It's perfect. Like we dream. Like we dream.
We are ด้วย
I mean, it's literally perfect in every single facet.
I agree.
นั่น
So
ฟอร์เร
many
นมาสาม
flawlesses
ตา
already on this map for FUT. They're sticking to the game plan, and Full
เกม
Sense
ไม่
just
ไหว
can't
เลย
break
แขน
it.
ยัง
They
ไม่ไหว
can't find a way to shake up FUT right now.
And FUT right now, maybe giving them a little bit of an opportunity here, thinking that Full Sense was going to change directions in towards that.
อันนี้แม่งลดคุณภาพมาแข่งกันเลย
Still an operator available for Leviathan, and he's going to take some control here. So Full Sense being a little bit more proactive over at A, but they were in the previous round, and it did not end up mattering because the retake and the shots were just too good.
โอ้ยแล้วออฟลอยมันรู้ด้วยนะนี่อุ้ย
Of course, he's good for it.
รู้โดนขา
He's
ไอ้
going to
เหี้ย
stick around. Prowler doesn't scout him.
เฮ้ย
There's still
เฮ้ย
a shorty shot
เฮ้ย
to the
เฮ้
back
ย
of Jit Boy's skull. The punish isn't there. He repeats. He finds Cruz, and then he overheats a little bit, but it doesn't matter. The damage is done. Crystalli cleans it
ว่าถ้า
up.
มันไม่พีไม่แดด
And
โง่
this
นะ
map
เมื่อ
is
กี้มัน
already
ได้
looking
หมดเลยนะ
finished, just 8 rounds in.
I mean, he's just incredible. He's got the
Yeah,
style,
man.
he's got the composure, he's got it all right now. This is
ไม่เลี้ยงไงพาเริ่มไม่เลี้ยง
stellar work on the jet. And again, they've got that extra layer over towards sewers.
ไอ้เหี้ยแดดไปมอบ
Clean
เลย
up
สัตว์
what Sop started.
I think he should have been playing Jet earlier. They might have won EMEA if he just swapped over to it. His neon's good, but this is looking immaculate.
I agree. This is so fun to watch right now. He is
ไอ้
just
เหี้ยแดดไปมอบ
otherworldly when he saw the head.
Okay, a rare whiff at this point. Maybe just a warning shot. Just continue to get into the head of Cruz here. Well, Jay playing this pixel angle. Not going to be able to connect with those bullets, but still maintains
เฮ้ย
control of this
NTR
side.
นี่รอ
Full
ตบ
sense.
พิมี่ใน
Feel like it's fairly
รอบต่อ
unassailable.
ไปเอ้ย
Find a way
ใน
to
นี้นี่หว่า
Jit Boy with his ult here.
มันสายเดียวกันนี่หว่า
The big win condition in my mind for
NTR
high
NRG
squad in
ดิ
this
เขาผิด
round.
มันบอกรอเจอพิมี่อยู่
Look at the discipline though.
Yeah, just the back pedal, just give up that space. FUT are trusting in their protocols to be able to get this retake going, so see how they do this.
เดี๋ยวดูมารีเทค
Always
เนี่ยเป็น
being
แผน
able
เนี่ย
to now Leviathan playing this patiently. Jit Boy's
นี่ไง
gonna
โด
take
น
it
ไป
out.
ช็อต
Leviathan
ตี้
defends to catch one. Social will fall, but he can't find the follow-up as the other Jay peeks out in the window and manages to strike him down.
เรียบร้อย
Blue are
นี่
gone.
ไง
And FUT again. It may not be flawless, but it's one casualty. They are cash capped, and they
ใช่ไหม
now
วะ
have the lead secured.
มันยังไม่ได้เข้าไซส์เลยไอ้เหี้ย
7-2.
ฟูเซนแม่งเดินออกมานอกไซส์หมดเลย
They're just having fun out there, but this is incredible work. You gotta
เหี้ยฟุตแม่งยังไม่ทันได้เข้าไซส์เลยไม่เดินออกมามอบกัน
with
หมด
the way
ที
that
ละตั
they've
ว
got this team prepared here.
เหี้ย
Love investing the Cypher
Yeah.
out there.
เนี่ย
It
มึงดู
means
ดิ
that Killua is in
Yeah.
a bad spot where he
ยังไม่
has
เข้า
to
ไซ
go
ส์
for
เล
the
ย
big play out of the smoke because he's going to be revealed in that position shortly. Just a wave to the camera. Hi, Mom. We're doing well.
I mean, it just feels like playground bullying at this point.
กอเดิมไอ้เหี้ย
It does. And Zeus has got another convergent pass here to make matters
Full
worse.
Sense look like the skinny nerdy kid with glasses, and then what? They are the guy who's been held back for 3 years.
Yeah.
เดี๋ยวได้ตกอีกรอบหนึ่ง
Dad's
ไอ้
in
เหี้ย
MMA, so this is not looking good at all. As now run it back, going through, but the tripwire slows it up, allows for Crystalli to just
ลองไหลแล้วอ่ะ
tuck away on that long side, and maybe
อีลองแม่งไหล
catch
แล้ว
these
อ่ะ
players off guard. As the smoke will dissipate, and
Niiไง
there's the sick
กูได้
realization
ตัว
as Jit Boys will fall,
นั่
and
นไง
Crystalli finds another.
เกมสู้ไม่ไหวนะครับนี่ได้อีกตัวหนึ่งไอ้เหี้ยเลื่อนเหลือแค่นั้นน่ะเอาไป3อ่ะ
And it just feels like daylight robbery.
มีไหวไหมลูก3 คน
Just a master class.
เรียบร้อย
You're
โดน
trouble
โซ
for
น
me.
นี้พวกเดียวเองเรียบร้อย
Done. He's gone.
Spike down A.
Got this off.
นี่โดนไป
Hold on to it and will be a solid
เกมเชี่ยอะไรเล่นออฟ
take down Sop. How badly do FUL want to pursue for this kill? I mean, they've got plenty of
ออฟ
money.
ดีมานะเดียวจอบเหมือนกัน
It looks like they will just continue to play this reserve,
Save up,
play
man,
this
save up.
patiently, not go sprinting out and offering themselves up one by one.
ดูเป็นออฟแม่งไม่
Take
บุก
the
อะ
round win and be content with it.
Yeah. What else needs to be said at this point? I mean, they are just outmaneuvering them, outsmarting them. I don't know any other way to say it because I feel like a broken record at this point. It's just the little things that they're doing. You know, Cristalli tucks in, and even though there seems to be some awareness from Jit Boys that he could be there, he just doesn't really react to it. And then I just tease up Cristalli. Leviathan going to be good for 1.
อุ้ย
Split the difference there.
And nearly able to have it, will be able to retain that operator, but this is no closer to full sense, bringing things back 8-4, the best that they can now hope for, and just given the trend, it just seems impossible at this point. They will be able to scrape together another buy, but she's got so much money on the foot side of things, you can never take these guns out of their hands.
Yeah, I mean, Cruz isn't going to be able to buy much other than Util and a Guardian. So he does opt to try to squeeze something out of this round. This one's got to go for full sense, but we feel like on Haven, another slightly attacker-sided map, this is potentially out of control. Again, it just feels like delayed reactions from full sense. The drone there is kind of ignored, looking for maybe just a player to pop out of the smoke.
ไปอีกตัวหนึ่งป้ายปุ้งเรียบร้อย
Finds Jit Boys,
ภาพ
and
เดิม
yep,
มา
he's
เนี่ย
going to stick around. Well, they didn't hear a tailwind, so they know that he's widely going to be still tucked in that cubby. Does now burn it. Meanwhile, Cruz
ต้องทำกันว่าเกม
open
นี้
something up. Obviously, can just
อีเพเว่นมาตาไปนั่งโซว่าแล้วไอ้เหี้ย
That's what Yedizay wants. He's like, go ahead and hop it. See what happens.
And jump in, swing around that C connector side. Zeus is waiting.
Exactly.
หยิบเฟดมาใช้พาวเลอร์แม่งไอ้นี่แหละ
Shots out, and Zeus now starting to
นี่
swing.
ไป
There's
หนึ่
the
ง
catch. Cruz going to be taken
แล้ว
down.
ล็อกมุมเดียวกันเลยนะ
That curveball is able to find 1, but can't clean up both kills. Only able to get Yedijay. Kalua, however, coming away with the waylay. Now needs to push forward, take point, try to win this fight, and he will be able to get the catch on the 1, but he cannot find anything else. Leviathan now.
30 seconds
Tap
left.
of the plant, sociable, TPing forward. Leviathan, however, unable to scale forward and get that catch, so the Omen stays alive.
หลัง
He's now going to make the noise. Sprinting over towards C. Foot with every little bit of information they could possibly want. A rendezvous set up in the garage. He tries to get this plant in play. A couple seconds to spare. Forced away from it. Now has to commit, and he's deep in backside, and the time is gone!
อะไรอ่ะ
It's just over. Full sense. They cannot find their footing. They cannot find a foothold. They're consistently being swept off their feet.
มึงรู้มึงไม่ทันอยู่แล้วอะในระยะนั้นมึงเอาตัดปืนก็ได้คือไม่จำเป็นต้องแพ้เอาเงินนะปัญญาอ่อนไอ้เหี้ย
Full sense just falling for the same angle again from Sop, not doing anything to try to back him
กู
up.
ถ้ามึงเล่นอย่างงี้กูไปแข่งได้
Sociable plays this so well. He knows he's got so much to play with here. He uses his DP to create that crossfire initially where Leviathan just has bad options left. Tries to go to the other side. Has more bad options because the time's running out. And Sociable's like, I know you don't have time to plant this. I don't even have to shoot my gun. I just need to make you not be able to commit to this fight.
มึงเดินหาโอเมนในไซด์ไปเลยไอ้เหี้ยแขนหลอกเลย
As full sense, they're calling their last time out just to try to secure a 3-9 half.
มันไม่ทันอยู่แล้วจังหวะเนี้ยมันไม่ทันอยู่แล้วมึงเลือกตัดปืนเลยดีกว่าวัดสู้ไปเลย
But is that going to be enough? Because it hasn't been since round 3.
No, and to make matters worse, Sop's got his Blade Storm here for this final round, and we know what he can do with that. So, best of luck to you, Full Sense, because this one looking like it's going to be a 10-2 half and a clean, easy day for Foot, unless somehow there's some magic left. I don't know, break out the Hong Tai if he need it, but I don't know if that's going to be enough.
Well, London, if you want to see Full Sense be able to bring this back, they need this next round. They need your energy, so make
เหมือน
some
มันมึน
noise.
กันนะวันเนี้ยมันเจ็ตแลกเหรอวะไอ้เหี้ยทีมเราอ่ะ
We'll see if that's going to be good enough.
มันเจ็ตแลกวะเนี่ย
Can they find the third?
ปรับเวลานอนไม่ได้หรอ
Be devastation again. Haunt not going to be able to clear this angle, so Stop still able to get himself planted in sewer, continuing to swing out wider and wider.
เอ้ยถ้าไม่เสียงดีเลยวะ
Does tailwind away. Premi putting a shot into his shoulder. Nice one down the mid that connects on the 3 players here on the site. Full Sense looking to try to up the pace. Stop, however, drawing out the blades. Just dancing across the gap. Is able to find one as Premi will fall, and Zeus now getting involved. Is able to find Cruz to boot.
ไม่ได้เลยดีเลยเลยเรียบร้อยหมดทีมพอร์ตกันดีจังเลย
Takes their hope. It's 10-2.
It just doesn't matter. You hit 3 players with a Nightfall, and Sociable just goes high. And they've got a great high-low setup covering sewers. Sop does his job. He takes Primi out of the round. And after that, what he can do.
The floodgates were open, so now an 8-round deficit. Full Sense need everything to be played perfectly when we come back after the halftime break.
อะไรอ่ะทำเอาแล้วมึงตัดเข้าโฆษณาเลยอ๋อพักครึ่งอ๋อ12ไม่เห็นภาพเลยวะไอ้เหี้ยเฮ้ยแต่มันด่านรับแต่มันด่านรับวะพอได้อยู่ไม่เมื่อกี้ด่านบุกอย่างเงี้ยเป็นไงด่านรับแต่เซนติเนลที่มีก็เพิ่งเฮียไม่ได้หรอกมึงแก้ที่คอมเหรอไม่ทันแล้ววันเนี้ยวันหน้าบุกไม่เข้าตัวเคลียร์แท็บก็ไม่มีเฮียใช้ตัวเดินเช็คเผาเลอร์ก็แม่งเช็คไม่ครบอีกเรียบร้อย
We are back, and for how long we do not know, but FUT are looking to make this a very fast affair. 10-2 dominance on display. The only 2 rounds that Full Sense could accrue being a forced buy after dropping the pistol, and then the follow-up from there. Otherwise, it has just been perfection from FUT. 9 rounds consecutively to make it up to 10.
Yeah, I mean, FUT's just looking to kick Full Sense out of this one, and it's nothing but desperation and despair right now for the Thai team. I mean, they can usually shake these moments off pretty well. They've got some decent mental, but at this point,
มึงหลุดเข้ามาได้ไงเนี่ย
I don't know if there's enough hope left. It's just incredible what FUT has brought to the table today, and it's Zeus this time topping the charts in that first half. 4 FUT on the waylay.
He was doing very much the same. He and Sop always neck and neck on that fracture. The duel is just looking to be a massive cut above.
คนไทย
5-11,
กูยังด่าเลยเรื่องอย่างเงี้ย
He's the global rookie of Kahlua, who's trying to keep them afloat. Leviathan as well, now going to be shifted
โอ้แล้ว
over.
โอ้กูไม่เล่นนานกูยังรู้เลยว่าแย่ไอ้เหี้ย
Cruz immediately just hearing the footsteps pushing in towards the C site, and he just has to give the space. So Spike is going to be planted very quickly by FUT.
Look at Yedajay, he stuck all the way.
เนี่ยคนไม่เล่นปี2 ปีไม่เห็นคอมกูว่าเขาก็ด่าเหมือนกันแหละ
There in the corners has not really been a big positive so far in this series. Yedajay will just be able to have the catch. Something will get burnt down decently here. So some damage can be found. Push out of the smoke, Zeus just has him dead. Premi's going to be able to find 2 again. Get more because that's what they need. Cruz now on the arrival.
สมมุติดิฟิวแม่งเลย
Picks him up at the time and starting to bleed down.
นี่พิมมี่เอาหมด
Looking to try to hold it, and okay. Gets himself a 4K. 1 charge away from having the ultimate.
ตาหน้ามีอันตีแล้วเจอกู
first necessary pistol.
It felt labored. I mean, I really like the ideas from FUT.
เน็ตเหมือนก่อนเนี่ย
Whoa. What's that? I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys. Man, Primi hits 2 quick headshots.
Will find K. gets himself a
กูเร็ว
necessary
กว่านะ
pistol.
แต่เสียงกูโคตรดีเลย
Still, it felt labored.
ไม่รู้เป็นที่ดู
I
เป็น
really like the ideas from Foot. Got the
Speed,
cipher
speed at all.
lingering, but oh man, Primi hits 2 quick headshots. And he picks up a sheriff and goes to Bandit. Chip Boy's actually with the shotgun. Haven't seen too much judge this event just yet.
Yeah, what is it going to look like?
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Well, you can't do much
เฮ้ย
about
กู
that
เจอ
one.
3
Just
โฆษณา
watching
ว่ะ
the
เฮีย
entry,
อะไร
but
เนี่ย
Primi will be able to find that kill. At the same time,
มากูใหญ่เลยว่ะ
dead.
ยู
The
ทูบ
weapon will be left on the floor as Primi arrives on the C site fast enough to find that punish. ADS in, Primi maybe
เอ
starting to
อ
come
เอ้ย
alive.
เริ่มมาแล้วว่าด่านลับ
As it's now just going to be Cristalli to try to see if he can make this a little bit more costly.
เอ้ยเดี๋ยวนี้ปืนแม่งมีเอฟเฟกต์แล้วว่ะเท่
The other way, so probably can get the plan.
ปกติแม่งจะโง่ๆหน่อยของปีก่อน
Leviathan's gonna
อันนี้ไม่มีเท่
challenging it.
เพราะคุ้มกว่า2,000 กว่าหน่อยเนี่ย
Just have to see if he can find any more value.
Well, will not facing forward. Leviathan
นี่
second shot will connect. And
มึง
okay,
จ่ายบันเดอร์ใหม่ไหม
2 in a row. Get themselves up to 4, but it's going to take
Four.
a hell of a lot more than this to really start convincing us.
มีเลเซอร์ด้วย
Bonus conversion might just do the trick.
Yeah, it's almost a necessary bonus conversion. Whew. Pretty fast from Primi. Able to get in there and bail out. Could have maybe been a
มัน
tie
ของจริงไหม
turner
นะ
on
ตา
that
นี้
C
เว้ย
site. I'd like to see Full Sense play a
โบนัส
little
ลาว
bit
อะ
for retake here. Maybe lean a little bit stronger towards one side of the map or the other. See if you can get that run it back into place.
นี่ถ้าโบนัสลาวได้ว่าโอเค
How they're thinking about this right now.
Full investment from Kahlua to try to get a Bulldog into the hands of Cruz. They want to make sure that they have firepower across the board because they know they need to convert this.
เนี่ยกูชอบ
Just going to be leaving
มันโด
Leviathan
มันโด
along
นี้
the
นะ
side of the map.
มันดู
Granted,
คี
punch
น
attempt towards a lobby.
ใช่
Full Sense are going to get a lot of information off
ไอ้
the
เห
back of
ลี่ยมๆ
this.
อ่ะ
And it will come down to
มัน
can
เดินเหลี่ยมๆ
Leviathan hold the line, keep himself alive.
ก็เนี่ยที่ไอ้เรเวทานใช้ไอ้มีดคลัมบิดบันเดิลมัน
Take him out to safety, so quickly backpedal away. Meanwhile, Tripwire going to be noting
เบอร์
this
เราบอก
entry
อะ
into
ไม่
the
ค้า
window
ว่ะ
in mid. Spike can be planted. 5v5 for the post
โอ้
plant.
ยเหรอรีเทค100ว่ะ
But looking decently favored for now.
They're going to try to regroup. They just cleared a trip at long.
กันไม่อยู่ไง
Immediately, and that's going to be
กัน
Leviathan
ไม่อยู่
dead.
โอ้โหเดินบุกเลย
Nullified. Cruz still trying to work his way over here.
โบนัสลาวไอ้
Starting
เหี้ย
to bleed down. Premier spot on the one. The cam's going to be sent in. Jit Boys is just sprinting forward onto the side, but it's just not
โอ้
moving
โห
fast
วิ่ง
enough.
โง่ๆเลย
Nerves coming through. Can't quickly close the gaps. The cleanup looking good here as Cruz now to try to find a little bit more
เมื่อ
damage.
กี้
but
จิ
he
บอยวิ่ง
cannot.
ฉีกเป้าเว้ยเมื่อกี้
Some armor rebuys with 3 players still staying alive. Put now just 2 rounds away.
กี้นีออน
Taking
วิ่ง
the
ฉีกเป้าเว้ย
series.
Yeah, I mean, Full Sense here caught up in some of Yedijay's utility, so they can't
ไอ้
really
เหี้ย
get some
เวลา
flanks
บอกจิต
going.
บอย what the
And then
fuck
Foot
จิตบอย
just has the confidence to kind of understand.
นี่นี่
okay,
วิ่งฉีกเป้าไอ้เหี้ย
coming from this angle, let's get ahead of that ult. Let's make sure it can't find any value. Throw the paranoia, push out, shut down the ult, find a kill as well, and just stymie Full Sense's
Jit boy, go
retake
home.
begins. So this is just
Go
again,
retake.
great map awareness,
Yeah.
great understanding of the win conditions that Full Sense's comp wants to try to bring to the table.
ไอ้เหี้ยโกรีเทคว่ะ
Looked a little bit dicey there for a second for Jit Boys. He's going to peel back. This looks like a full
นีออนเอามาทำส้นตีนอะไร
Jit Boys just going to be found through that
ไอ้
smoke.
เหี้ย
Blind connecting, but Premi gets himself into back sight, but he's now boxed in, taken down.
เฮ้ยพิมมี่เดินคนเดียวในไซต์อะไรวะ
Find the kill on Kahlua, and Cruz tries to
อะไรอะ
hold this line. Final bullet does connect.
พี่ทีมนัดท้ายไอ้เหี้ย
Two, the spike here at his feet.
ฮีโร่อ่ะฮีโร่เปล่าข้างบน
On that reposition, but Cruz is focused forward, fighting out in towards mid. Just trying to isolate these picks.
โอ้ย
Gets in, re-swings out. Gets it into a 1v1, considers the ult for a reposition. Just slots back over to the connector side. Spike at the same time, does get grabbed, and with 50 seconds
เก็บ
to
4
play,
ไหมนะฮีโร่อ่ะพี่
Jay
ทีม
could go anywhere, but Cruz gonna be hot on his heels.
เอ้ย
But he pumps the
เฮ้ย
brakes.
กูว่าได้
He doesn't go swinging out.
พี่ทีมเดิน
Yet Jay at the moment
เสียงมันหลุดด้วยเนี่ย
does not have a sight train on this angle, and Cruz
4พี่ดีหล่อเลยพี่ทีมกูนี่
Again,
นี่ไงมึงไปบอกเขาบอสแฟกไอ้เหี้ยไป
from
ไง
the veteran who comes up huge.
นัดท้ายพอดี
You know, we saw this very early on in Fracture.
อย่านี่บอสแฟกเอาให้ไอ้สัตว์
Is that one going to be a tide turner? Let's see. It is still going to be kind of a
timeout call.
That's what I'm hoping for too.
ลักกี้ว่าลักกี้ด้วยแหละอุ้ยถึงกับไอ้ฟอสเลยเหรอ
Feeling enough pressure from this point. They still have a very healthy 6-round lead, but they would rather just end this here
ช็อตที่ยิง
and
สุด
now,
อะ
not
ว่า
allow for full
ลัก
sense
กี้
to continue
ไอ้
to
เหี้ย
try to eat their way back into this game.
Yeah, I think you're just
ลักกี้จริง
better safe than sorry right now as a coaching staff. That is absolutely.
เป้าแม่งไม่ตรงเลยไอ้สัส
Don't give them any confidence.
เข้า
Don't
หัว
give them any hope. Just close the door on this one. You know, you guys have been hot to start. You've had great reads. You've had great everything. Let's just keep that in check. You know, you haven't needed to get too involved here as a coaching staff because your team has done such a good job with what you've prepared them with. Now's a moment
ไม่ได้
to
คาดหวัง
talk a
เกมแรก
little bit about how
ล
they
อง
want
เชิง
to
ไป
approach the map. I mean, I think some decent ideas. You just got outplayed by Cruz there. That's really all
เจอ
that
คู่เมื่อ
was.
วานนี้
I
แพ้
like the hit. I like the way that Sociable's been getting vertical. That's been catching full sense off guard more often than not, but just, you know, that round's one bullet away from being theirs, really.
Also have this old cycle getting ready to come back through 4-foot. Maybe not over-aggress, invest those ults here unless you can get some very clear and critical leads in the round. As for now, just double dash over into the cubby. Kalua gonna try to get away, but that does manage to connect onto him. And Sop on the entry. It's posted up on the box. Quickly is able to find that elimination. Double wrap around from behind though. Leviathan and Cruz. Triple
แข่งเขาดี
just quickly closing the gaps, but Sociable, he's now hurt them. He sends out that paranoia. He's going to reposition, but Primi does end advantage to have it red.
ที่พี่มี่เดินปืนจ่ออะไร
Just
เงี้
with a
ย
stinger.
ไอ้เหี้ย
He's going to struggle to fight his way forward, and now has been, I believe, tripped off as well. He's locked in position, dives out. Stop. Not quite able to find that one. Doesn't line
เอ
up.
อโดนไป
Peels back another kills. Primi's going to be taken down, and Jit Boys cannot find any
Jit Boy เอาให้
value with that stinger.
ตัวแถมไอ้เหี้ย
Persevere. They get themselves up to match point. Full sense now needs 7 in a row.
I just love this. They have the confidence because they're so far ahead that they can use ults in an eco round. You have the Blade Storm, of course, pivotal. Sociable, watching that backside. Again, he has been so good today, just with the awareness.
One more, baby. Come on.
Good to know, Bambino. He knows his maps.
Good counting.
Yep.
Better than his brother.
Yeah, way better than his brother. As now, Blue again going to be the one put under pressure. Teleport up into heaven. Sociable, does he go for the peak? Clearly suspicious of this, but has to give away the space. But now he's going to be trapped in the site, and Sop will collect the elimination. Sociable still here, now flushed out. Python brings it back, gives them a hope.
ได้นอนไววะ
On a back pop, the tuck into the corner. Premi has not checked this one at all, but he's still able to find Cristalli before getting taken down. Backs over the connector, but Sop is still alive, and that is still a concern if you are full sense. 3v3 with the drop down, and Premi is able to find both duelists, Sop and Zeus.
อ้าวพี่มี่เอาให้วะไอ้
And now
เหี้ย
it's down to Yetache. The ping reveal, but Jit Boys playing forward.
เฮ้ย
Catches him off
ไม่
guard
ยอม
in
ว่ะ
full sense.
พี่มี่ไม่ยอม
Sticking
ว่ะ
around at least for a little bit longer. 6th round going their way, 6 more to go.
เบ่งไม่ออกเลยขี้ออกแทน
I'm still concerned because it takes Primi going absolutely crazy. Love the delayed trip that Yetache throws behind the run it back at the A-Link exit.
กูไง
It doesn't end up amounting to much, but I love the fury. But because Primi just re-wraps up and drops down and drops 3,
กูไง
that gives full sense another
เล่นโง่กู
lifeline.
ดาว
But
หม
they
ดเลย
need 6 more in a row, which did do.
เหี้ยโด
As
ด
we
ลง
can
มาปุ๊บ
see, they ran
ตัว
quite
อั
a
นเดอ
few
ร์ก่อนนะ
They're
หัน
not in a row on the other side
เหี้ย
themselves on
ผม
defenders,
จะ
but we'll have to wait and see. It's going to be
Still have these rifles in hand, but okay, Leviathan will push out of the mid. Primi eventually able to find the kill, and that's going to be the
สวย
duels down again. As weapons
ทำไม
can
กู
be
ดีเลย
recovered,
วะ
the space going to be given up, but Primi immediately shifts over, reads his lurk forward, dispatches Yetache. And now it's just Sociable and Cristalli to try to see if they can somehow little rabbit out of the hat. Or full sense going to get within 5. Revealed on the hawk, but Cristalli is boxed in. The spike is now down. And Sociable, well, he's got 1 minute and 5 seconds if he wants to hold on to this weapon.
เออเรียบร้อย
He's unfortunate, unlucky.
ด้วยฟอร์เรสว่ะ
Just caught on a timing, and that will be a flawless for Full Sense. 5 more to go, and 4 ultimates to try to continue this run back.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to feel like Full Sense is giving themselves a shout, but some of these rounds where their aim is starting to come alive, the coordination now starting to come through just took way too long to manifest. And you've got to just go absolutely crazy. I mean, a team that has been so good in Pacific this entire stage, and now they're absolutely struggling. Tour de force ripped for Leviathan behind the rifle. This feels like might as well use it now. Might get another one if we can keep stringing them together anyway.
Have the money for an off the back of this as well.
True.
Just trying to get that healthy weapon cycle started here. Is it Drone? Not going to be spotting out much of anything, but Sociable unable to scale forward, held back by that trademark for now, and it looks like Foot want to try to explore a different part of the map. And Premi at the same time, he's got himself all the way up into that cubby at C long.
Here's the thing, Sociable I think is going to clear.
ในแรงมันทำได้ปะ
If he saw take it down, Cristalli does manage to peel back one as Jit Boys will fall. Get Kahlua
เทศไป
Yeah, but so much space was taken because A had been completely abandoned by Full Sense.
คิรัวแม่งเก็บ
Neural theft. Getting the spot out now. They know that Premi's going to be on that flank. They continue to inch the spike more towards the C side of the map, but maybe just a little bit of reconsideration. They do have that A site secured.
Incredible right now from Foot. They are just.
มีคนรู้มีคนรู้
He knows that Yedaje is going to be lurking around this site, but he
คนที่รู้กับคนไม่รู้
already got
เรียบร้อย
deeply entrenched inside of it. Now Premi looking and considering a double back, but with the spike planted, he has to play forward. He has to play towards the site itself. The shot goes wide. Unable to find the enemy Sova. Now Premi needing to continue to do incredible work, but it's just a firing squad waiting for him. And Kahlua tagged to 40. We have to pull off a miracle here and now. Shock Dart takes him down to 19. And it just feels like this one is already over. The nightfall to be committed because why the hell not?
ต้องใช้แล้วเรียบร้อย
He
ครบด้วย
will die.
GG
2-0 fashion.
โนเซนนี่เฮีย
It's been a while since we've seen them on the global stage, but they have clearly been hungering for this opportunity because they come out and they feast on Full Sense.
Well, they have absolutely
กลับ
done
บ้านเว้ย
EMEA proud. They have done Turkey proud. This was clinical. From start to finish, it felt like they were in full control. Everything from the pistols, the macro, the micro. Again, the style, Sop on the jet, incredible. Zeus gonna as well drop a huge performance, 22 kills for him.
กลับไปทำคอมมาใหม่นะไอ้เหี้ย
On the waylay, on Haven, stellar stuff.
แค่คอมก็แพ้ไปแล้วหลายเปอร์เซ็นต์แล้วอะ
And we started to see a bit of it from Full Sense near the end. We started to see them come alive. We saw Premi. I mean, the fact that he rebounded and ended up basically tying Sop in kills, considering how this map started, is incredible in its own right. But it was far too late.
ดีแผนดีมาแล้ว
Foot just had the advantage at every twist and turn. So congratulations to these guys. They are looking like absolute beasts. And anybody that's going to be in that 1-0 bracket should be crapping their pants because these guys look scary.
No, this was really clean stuff in so many different ways from them. So they look like a complete team.